Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life. Music. Talk. Inspiration. In perspective.
Express yourself.
Good morning, my neighbor.
City FM. Your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
City FM. 97.3.
This is your season.
It's your season. It's your moment. It's your hour. It's your time.
Oh. Lift up your hands and bless the name of the Lord. It's a
This
season.
is the City Breakfast Show.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
The City Breakfast
The
Show.
word is a
Rise
seed.
above the noise.
When planted and watered, grows to rain. You can be anything you want. You can achieve all your dreams if you only believe.
There are miracles everywhere.
The word is a seed. When planted and watered, grows to rain. Say you can be anything you want. You can achieve all your dreams if you only believe. The word of God is here today, and it's working inside of you. Would you believe it? Dare to receive.
City 97.3.
In a world where there's seasons and times, this is your season. It's time to shine again. In a world where there's seasons and times, this is your season.
I believe this is your season. It's time to shine again, which means you've shone before and you have the ability to shine again. This is Sinach welcoming us to a brand new week, in a brand new month, in a brand new year. 97.3 Citi FM. What a great way to start the year. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For the darkness shall cover the earth, and deep darkness the people. But the Lord will arise upon you, and his glory will shine. It's time to shine. It's time to shine. That implies that you are light. You're not meant to be covered. It says you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do men light a lamp and put it under a basket or under a bushel, but they place it at a vantage point so it will provide light for those who are in the house. You're meant for prominence, you're meant for greatness, you're meant for glory. You're not meant for obscurity, you're not meant for shame, you're not meant to be hidden. So be proud of what God has given you and work with it. Arise, shine beyond the limitations of your past. Shine beyond the narratives that have kept you and your people down. Shine beyond the inadequacies that make you feel that you don't have what it takes. Shine beyond the mistakes that you've made and the horizons that have been defined artificially to keep you enslaved. It's time to shine. It's time to let the world know that something good can come out of where you're from. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? That was the question. The answer was, come and see. What a great response. Come and see. Just inspiring you on the Citi Breakfast Show this Monday, the 5th of January. My name is Bernard Kokuavle. Thank you so much for staying with us. A big thank you to Samuel Akom, who took us through the Citi Breakfast News, the news package for the morning. Starting off with Business Sense, and then we jump into the news review segment. There's business, there's sport, and of course there's Effective Living series that starts this morning from around 9:15 with a very interesting guest. In fact, I'm going to bring you Business Sense from something this guest co-authored. So he has a framework for life. He calls it a framework for success, and it's an acronym PLANETS. Planets, right? And I'm going to start with the end. The S in the planets represents systems. And I'm just going to read what he said. It says, build structures that endure. Success is a fleeting shadow, elusive and ephemeral, unless anchored by the steadfast structures of well-designed systems. These systems serve as the framework, a carefully crafted ensemble of habits, routines, and processes. It ensures consistency in pursuits over time. Whether it's a morning ritual that prepares the mind for the day's challenges, or a strategic plan that charts the course forward toward long-term aspirations, they are the scaffolding upon which enduring success is built. History itself bears witness to this truth, as civilizations have risen and fallen upon the strength of their governing systems. When these frameworks falter, so too does the society they support. Therefore, it is incumbent upon us to construct systems in our lives that are both resilient and adaptable. Structures capable of withstanding the inevitable tempests of change while maintaining their integrity. This assures us that our achievements will endure beyond the moment and become legacies rather than flickers in the vast expanse of time. This is Theodore Albright. He's my guest later this morning on Effective Living series. Time check 6:35. Coming up next is the newspaper review segment. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Back when I had a little, I thought that I needed a lot. A little was overrated, but a lot was a little too complicated. See, zero didn't satisfy me. A million didn't make me happy.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City
Your
97.3.
perception. Hey, are you a popper or a superstar? So you act, so you feel, so you are. It ain't about the size of your car. It's about the size of the faith in your heart. There's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. There's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. There's hope. In the backcountry of Brazil, I met a young brother that made me feel that I could accomplish anything. You see, just like me.
City 97.3.
No windows and no doors. He lived a simple life and was extremely poor. On top of all of that, he had no eyesight, but that didn't keep him from seeing the light. He said, us to like in the USA, and all I did was complain. He said, living here is paradise. He taught me paradise is in your mind. You know that there's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. You don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that.
You better thank God that you don't have to pay to laugh. Imagine if there was a laughing tax.
Thing to smile. You don't have
And the good thing about laughter is that you can generate it as well. This is the City Breakfast Show, bringing you
every time I turn
more meaningful, relevant radio here in Accra.
crazy. There's hope.
It's an interactive platform. We have two very interesting WhatsApp lines:
Power to dance.
053 998 6996. Take note, it's now a 053, not a 054. So 053 998 6996. We're happy to hear from you.
You don't have
Streaming live on TuneIn,
thank God for that.
on YouTube as well. My name is Bernard Avle. The Business Sense was brought to us by Stanbic Bank.
You don't
The excerpt from Mr. Albright, who's my guest later this morning on Effective Living Series, starting in earnest.
there's hope. Stay
So the question to you is, how was the break?
keep shining.
If there was a break at all, because we were here. Richard Sky holding the fort. Amazing stuff with Kakra at some point. Godfred. You know, the two absentees are back in the studio today because over the break from the 24th of December, this is the first time I'm back on air. And it's really nice to come back on the radio on this side of town. Sky was in the seat with a lot of gusto.
Yeah.
You know, reminded me of his Eyewitness News days. There was a morning he had Francisca and the sister
Yeah.
in the studio.
Wow.
It was really nice.
Lovely.
And all kinds of people came in through. There was even a day Frema came through with a Pioko.
Nice.
Yeah.
I listened to him and Larry, and then also Sander, and I think Elvis.
That was the day they were reviewing the
The
year.
year,
You know,
exactly.
all kinds of things happened
My God.
between the 24th of December.
Yeah.
Just like to say a big
Kennedy
thank you
can
to
come
all
up.
of you who stuck with 97.3 City FM. We don't take it for granted at all. We're looking forward to having you with us. There's so much to do this year.
They just keep on rising.
It's a great opportunity to rewrite the script of our lives as individuals, as families,
Our truth and do the
as companies, and as a country. Let me repeat, 2026 is a big opportunity to rewrite the script of our lives. And a lot of that depends on what happens in between your ears, what happens in your head, what happens in your mind eventually happens in time. So you need to think very correctly about this year. Thank you for joining us on the show. My name is Bernard Avila. I'm here with Caleb Kuda. And we, the radio and the digital people, are always ahead of the newspaper people. And so we're going to do a news review this morning, taking you online to some of our websites. Yeah, so we have, as they say, the whistle for the year has been blown, but some people have not yet heard it.
It doesn't cost a thing to smile.
And I also want to welcome Caleb Kuda, who quietly got hitched. You know, a beautiful day, 20th day of December. And I'd like to say congratulations to you, bro.
Thank you so much, Bernard. Thank you to everyone who came and made our day very special.
You know, you are a very interesting guy. We know a lot of things you do, but when it came to this one, you are very Charlie. We take bus on a high top.
No, deep things belong to the Lord.
I tell you, because Caleb, we know, when he sees some flowers in town, he will tweet about it. When he sees traffic, he will stop and do a YouTube video. When he sees some people misbehaving, but this one, he do we say tewa.
Quick.
You know, there's a song by Dasibre.
Yeah.
Why am I say te? You know, Amish. You do we say te. Congratulations to
Thank you,
and to your lovely wife. I mean,
Grateful.
what a great wedding it was.
Thank you, Bernard.
And thanks to the Action Chapel International for hosting Caleb and that beautiful ceremony.
Yeah.
So now you're here with New Vim, right?
A lot of it.
Your voice has even changed. Hey, Caleb.
No, but there are so many people to say thank you to. Really want to say we're grateful to all of you.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for the words of wisdom, the instruction, the support, the substance, the presence. We're deeply grateful. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
We are
so
grateful,
you've been married for 15 days.
Precisely.
Charlie, you're a big man. No, Charlie. Later, myself and Sky will interview you. Listen, there's an interview segment on the show today.
Oh my God.
Where the experienced ones who subject the young man to a series of questions. Sky, myself, and Godfrey will corner you and Charlie.
Yeah, man.
So prepare your news.
Yeah, man. Can I have a synopsis ahead of time?
No. This interview, there's no preparation. Because you have to answer the first thing that comes into your head. If you think about it, you will make a mistake.
Oh my God.
Yes. So you have
this is good.
Yes.
But
anyway, what are we having?
I'm starting from citinewsroom.com. Ayawaso East MP has passed. His name is Nassar Toure.
Oh.
He will be laid to rest today. And then there are other stories here as well. Pay our salary arrears or we will protest again. These are unpaid teachers warning the government.
Hey.
From policy to pockets, what Mohammed's second year means for prices and SMEs. It's a beautiful article here. And AG is here speaking. He says that secession talks in NDC is a distraction. And we are told fire guards parts of Kaswa New Market.
Every day, market is burning.
Especially around New Year's, I don't know why. Productivity has collapsed. Farbach disputes Temaport claims. And Yagbongwira, it says, in the Savannah region needs an airport.
Okay.
Now, 2 women arrested over alleged assault of 12-year-old girl at La. And these are some of the stories.
So all these on which website?
citinewsroom.com.
All right. What else do you have?
Take you to channel1newsonline.com. Ghana has lost a dedicated public servant parliament on death of Ayawaso East MP. Inside the operation, how the U.S. moved to capture Nicolas Maduro. That story from Venezuela is here as well. Ayene says, I deplore the chaos in parliament. I sometimes feel like quitting. Immigration officer arrested for allegedly smuggling 2,600 AK-47 ammunition.
Hey.
That's a whole lot. 2,600.
Where is he going? Where is he taking them to?
A week.
Immigration officer.
Fire outbreak hits Kaswa New Market. That story is here as well. Don't wait for Sanitation Day to clean the environment. Ahmed Ibrahim, the local government minister, is speaking here. Now, suspects in viral child abuse video to face court this week. This is the gender minister. And then, of course, the story on the Ayawaso East MP passing away is captured here. Ghana condemns U.S. military invasion of Venezuela. And the former education minister, Duchum, hails hails youth as Ghana's most valuable asset. There's something on the gold board. Its losses. IMF disclosure triggers calls for transparency. This is attributed to Franklin Kujo-Beda.
Can you take me to my Joy Online and tell me what they have there?
So my Joy Online leads with the final funeral rite for Ayawaso East MP Nasser Ture Mahama. It's set for today. Now, newborn baby dumped in sewage system at Tema Community 1. And over 6,000 teachers threaten legal action and street protests over unpaid arrears. Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayene rebukes premature NDC flag bearership debates. And then also Parliament mourns late Ayawaso East MP Nasher Ture Mahama. Immigration officer arrested over 2,600 AK-47 ammunition. That's here as well. ECOWAS has condemned the US's incursion into Venezuela. Police arrest 2 women over alleged assault of 12-year-old girl. That is also here.
So what I want you to do before Sky comes in with international news, if you can go to Graphic, and also check Ghana News Agency, and of course the High Street Journal. This morning we're bringing you news review online. Sky, check the BBC, check CNN, check Al Jazeera and all those places. Tell me what they're saying. Welcome, by the way.
Charlie, thank you, my brother.
We brought Caleb Kuda. He arrived very early today.
Very good.
Today is day 15 of the Awaria. So I have a tracker in my house.
You are a timekeeper.
I have a tracker. I have a tracker in my house. So what is the High Street Journal saying?
So High Street Journal this morning says T-bills record 6th straight oversubscription with 19.8% overflows, but rates climb again.
Okay.
January reality check. The month Ghana's economy stops pretending.
That's when you feel the thing in your pocket.
Yeah. So the month Ghana's economy stops pretending. That's here. And the bridge here, a story of Ghana's economic reset in 2026. 2 stories, one confused public. Gold board, $214 million, and what Ghanaians really want to know. And the Venezuela strike, global chaos, Trump uncertainty, and the golden silver lining for Ghana.
Okay.
The other stories here, Ghana's virtual assets law signals legitimacy, not market control. This is the fund manager. And Franklin Kujo says, Africa's Franklin Kujo welcomes gold board reform, demands clarity on reported losses. So these are some of the stories here.
Graphic online. What are they saying?
Graphic is leading with Tema Oil Refinery. They've procured fresh vehicles to enhance operations. And during the break, I noticed that they started refining oil. There was some good news there. Fire destroys property at Kaswa New Market, and police pick up 2 women seen in video assaulting the 12-year-old girl. That's here as well. The Ayawaso East MP made it to the Graphic online. He's passed on. That's the update. Equatorial Guinea president affirms relocation of capital city. Now, 1 year of President John Dramani Mahama leadership that rebuilt trust. Dr. Callistus Mahama writes here.
Let's end the local with the Ghana News Agency, if you can find it for me.
Sure.
And then we'll go international. Sky, I also wanted to check out. I have a few Nigerian websites.
Yeah, so I have the Punch, for instance.
Yes, it's important to me because between Tor doing a refining, the issues Dangote is facing Nigeria trying to get his refinery running, and the ouster of the Venezuelan president, there's a big oil question facing the world. But let me stick with Caleb.
Ghana News Agency. So the headline here, starting with the finance minister, says resetting Ghana's economy, the 20 reforms and achievements that define 2025. So it's a recap. And Ghana begins talks with Ukraine to secure release of detained nationals.
All right.
Ashanti Muslim community offers special prayers for 2-4. And there's a full text of President Mahama's New Year message here, and he's urged national unity in his New Year message. Togbi Sri III is urging Volta regional appointees in Mahama's administration to serve with diligence.
Okay, where are you going this morning?
Let me take you to the Punch newspaper.
Nigeria?
Nigeria,
The Punch?
Yes, the Punch, So we have NNPC subsidiaries debt balloons 70% to 30 trillion.
Nigerian naira. So that's a
This
big
is
story.
the Nigerian Petroleum Corporation. The
yes.
people who are fighting with Dangote.
Actually, brutally.
Their subsidiaries debt balloons
Actually,
to 70%.
yes, that's right.
All
that's
right. What else do you have?
Yeah. There's also a story here that says Tinubu orders manhunt as terrorists kill over 30 in Niger.
This is Niger State.
Yeah,
Niger State, not Niger Republic.
Okay, beautiful.
Uh-huh.
And then another story talks about Nigerian woman dying in UK hospital. Community seeks support and bandit attacks. Kebbi, Kwara reopen schools. You know, they've closed schools for some time now.
In those two states in
Exactly.
Nigeria.
If you go to the Vanguard, New Year bloodshed in Niger State, 42 killed in deadly terror attacks. Also, something here that says presidency shares AI generated image of Tinubu, Kagame Paris meeting. So it looks like the person managing the
presidency of Nigeria
exactly
shared an AI generated image
of a meeting between Tinubu and Kagame.
Have cameras finished in the
What is this?
Kagame verse.
And then also there's a piece here that says economy, how Nigerians struggle to accomplish festive celebrations, complaining about how the people of Nigeria generally, according to the article, fail to actually observe Christmas and the New Year properly. And dollar to naira exchange rate today, January 5th, 2026. Details here in the on the website.
Okay.
But if you go to BBC, actually let me take you to CNN first. They say emboldened Trump issues stark warnings to other countries. That's the big banner story you find on the homepage. Also, a clearer picture is emerging of what Trump meant when he said the US will run Venezuela. That piece is also on the homepage of CNN.com. And then also what the Noriega case can tell us about Maduro's upcoming legal battle. Exactly.
It'll not be easy.
If you go to the BBC news, bbcnews.com or bbc.com.news.
What are they saying?
Trump warns new Venezuelan leader as Maduro set to appear in court. I mean, Trump is completely unhinged,
out of order,
completely out of order, and acting in a truly irresponsible way. We don't think that a world leader should behave the way he's doing. Complete violation of country sovereignty.
They say international law doesn't exist. It only exists when powerful countries decide to adhere to it.
It's just wrong. And then you go to some other stories. One that says that police identify all 40 victims of Sweets Bar fire. Remember that during the festive season, a major fire raced through, one of the bars in Switzerland, right?
Sky, I wanted to give you
Switzerland or what do you call Sweden?
A few Africa-related stories on other websites. So if you go, for example, to Bloomberg, they are saying that South Africa's fuel prices have dropped to a 4-year low. Boosted by oil and Iran. So South Africa's gasoline price dropped to a 4-year low. So this is a good one.
That's good.
This is an interesting one to keep an eye on. Chinese mining companies in Zambia have started paying taxes in yuan.
Wow.
To who in yuan? To the government of Zambia?
I will give you the details shortly. Chinese mining, and don't forget that Maduro had met the Chinese leaders
4 hours or so before.
Yes, and the conversation was about the petrodollar, and Venezuela has the world's largest reserves of crude
oil.
And the fear from the US is that if they start selling to China in non-dollar denominated currency, the dollar's dominance is going to go down. Already BRICS countries are trading in other currencies. So for Chinese mining companies in Zambia to even start paying taxes in yuan as well, a lot of interesting things. I'll take you to Kenya as well. Very interesting headline from the leading newspaper in Kenya. Cabbage is, they say the price of cabbage have gone up. So they need their own agri-fair. Cabbage. The serious matter. They said out of cabbage, January's go-to meal now costs up to 170 shillings, and they are analyzing why cabbage is no longer the cheapest item on the menu. I'm giving some of these things to give an idea of what's happening in other parts. So in Nigeria, they are fighting and arguing over Dangote's refinery, terrorism attack in Niger State. Zambia, is discussing paying taxes in yuan for a mining company. Don't forget there are Chinese mining companies in Ghana too. Maybe they also pay yuan. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe to who? I don't know. And of course, in Ghana, the president has given his New Year message. Yeah. So I don't know where you want to start from with all our stories. So many things happening in the world. Venezuela is a big item. Yeah. Yep. All the major websites are discussing how the U.S. government or U.S. president ordered this action and what it means for the world. In fact, there's an interesting article in one of the websites about how Trump is reshaping the world. And don't forget that this is not the only country he struck. There was a strike in Nigeria. The Nigerian government said it was in collaboration with them. There have been strikes in Yemen. There have been strikes in about 6 countries already by President Trump.
Meanwhile, Ghana is condemning the U.S. military invasion of Venezuela. This article, this story is by Abigail Arthur on channel1newsonline.com. So, Ghana has expressed serious concern over recent developments in Venezuela, sharply condemning what it describes as unlawful military action by the United States and the reported detention of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia Flores. So there's a statement that was released on the 4th of January. It comes with a photograph of the sector minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa.
Well, let me give you the Chinese story since you're interested in it. So Bloomberg is reporting that Chinese mine operators in Zambia started paying royalties and taxes in yuan. Now, Zambia is Africa's second largest copper producer. And the story says it's the latest sign of the growing acceptance of the currency on the continent. Payment using the Chinese unit began in October, the Bank of Zambia said in reply to emailed questions on Wednesday. The Zambian authorities are the first in Africa to confirm they are accepting mining tax payments in renminbi. Africa is emerging as a key area in Beijing's efforts. So don't forget, this story is Bloomberg, New York, US-centered story. Africa is emerging as a key area in Beijing's efforts to internationalize the yuan, especially in nations that are heavily indebted to it. Kenya this year converted dollar loans it owed to China into yuan-denominated debt. Ethiopia began talks to do the same, and Zambia said it would consider following suit. Quote, a large portion of copper exports go to China, and the Chinese mining firms already receive some, if not all, of their payment for their exports to China in renminbi, the central bank said. The Bank of Zambia has the diversification and building up of its reserves as a key objective, and purchasing renminbi enables the bank to actualize the objective. I'll come back to this later on.
Exactly.
In the morning.
And if you go to the story about Trump warning new Venezuelan leader, the story is on BBC's website, and they say that Donald Trump has warned Venezuela's new leader, Delcy Rodriguez. She could pay a very big price, probably bigger than Maduro, if she doesn't do what's right. Now, his comments come to the U.S. magazine The Atlantic as the country's deposed president, Nicolas Maduro, was set to appear in a New York court on Monday.
Good story from Tor. So last week, I think you were reading a story somewhere. Tor resumes crude oil refining operations with about 28,000 barrels per day. This story was written on the 27th of December by Benjamin Glover on Graphics website. There's a follow-up this morning where Tor is procuring new operational vehicles for the refinery to enhance and strengthen the operational efficiency of the company. In terms of the refining itself, the resumption follows a successful completion of major turnaround maintenance works on the refinery's crude distillation unit carried out after 3 months from August the 1st to October the 30th. So the resumption of refining at all is expected to have positive implications for fuel availability, foreign exchange savings, job creation, and overall stability of Ghana's petroleum supply chain.
Let me quickly draw attention to a story on Graphic Online. Fire destroys property at Kaswa New Market. Now, major fire at the Kaswa New Market on Sunday destroyed property worth thousands of Ghana cedis. According to the Ghana Fire Service, the blaze swept through significant portions of the market, destroying shops and many other items.
Thank you, Richard Sky. Thank you, Caleb. There's a lot to talk about this morning. Coming up next is the City Business News. Netili Neti is joining us shortly.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car, they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine, they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
So from the business desk with the first bulletin for the week, Natalie Ajaho. Is it Neti Ajaho?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank and Valix. Coming up, Ghana Revenue Authority clarifies VAT rules for businesses below new registration threshold, and robust T-bill demand sets tone for 2026 borrowing as bids exceed target by 19%. And from policy to the pockets, we bring you a report on what Mahama's second year means for prices and SMEs. Thanks for your time. Let's settle for the details now. The Ghana Revenue Authority has directed businesses that are yet to be formally removed from the old value-added tax system to continue charging VAT even if they fall below the new registration threshold. In a clarification issued by the tax authority, affected businesses are required to maintain the 20% standard VAT rate, excluding the 1% COVID-19 levy and a 3% flat rate, until they are officially deactivated from the VAT register. The directive follows the implementation of VAT reforms that took effect on January 1, 2026, which significantly narrowed the scope of VAT registration. Under the new framework, only businesses trading in goods with an annual turnover of at least 750,000 Ghana cedis are eligible to register and charge VAT. The Ghana Revenue Authority says the transitional arrangement is necessary to ensure tax compliance and revenue continuity while the authority completes the process. Dominic Knapp is the acting head of strategy and research at the GRA.
The acting head of the Strategy and Research Department at the GRA, Dr. Dominic Knapp, in a public lecture explained that although service providers are exempt from the threshold requirement, they are still required to register under the new VAT system. He noted that the revised framework is intended to streamline compliance and improve efficiency across different sectors of the economy.
It is important for us to indicate that the 750,000 threshold is only applicable to supply of goods. Supply of services, there's no threshold. Supply of services, there's no threshold. So if you provide services, please, threshold does not matter. Now, what does that mean really? What it means is that the Commissioner General is bound by law to appreciate the fact that when it comes to services, every person who provides services must be registered for VAT.
Dr. Knapp further urged businesses that do not meet the threshold and have not yet been deactivated from the old VAT system to continue charging the new standard VAT rate of 20%, excluding the 1% COVID-19 levy and the 3% flat rate.
VAT flat rate persons. So with the advent of this new act, all that we are saying is that you can no longer charge the VAT flat rate. And number two, Commissioner General has also not deregistered you. So in our system, you are still a VAT registered person. Now, all that we are saying is that keep charging VAT, but at the standard rate until such a time that Commissioner General will give you a letter deregistering you or asking you to automatically continue. Then 750,000, that is a threshold. If you don't meet the threshold, certainly you can't charge VAT. So all persons who are not charging VAT, whose turnover does not exceed 750,000 over a 12-month period, obviously cannot charge VAT.
Dr. Dominic Knapp is acting head of strategy and research at the Ghana Revenue Authority, speaking at the closing of a report filed by my colleague Daniel Odro-Mensah. Now, Ghana could soon return to the International Monetary Fund if government fails to sustain fiscal discipline after exiting the bailout program later this year. That's a caution from economist Professor Patrick Isuming. He added that the real test will begin from 2027, especially heading into the 2028 election year, when pressures for increased public spending are expected to intensify. There's more in this report.
In his New Year address, President John Dramani Mahama announced that Ghana has begun the process of exiting the IMF program, describing the move as a shift towards partnership rather than dependency. The president noted that Ghana's improved engagement with development partners has enhanced the country's credibility on the international stage, creating opportunities to pursue development priorities with reduced external constraints. However, economist Professor Patrick Isuming cautioned that these gains could be reversed if the government fails to effectively manage borrowing and expenditure beyond next year.
No guarantee that we will not return to the IMF or that we will not return soon after. It's all conditioned on how we maintain our fiscal discipline, how the government is able to rein in the spending so that we don't spend money we don't have. The true test of whether we'll be able to do that will probably start in 2027, probably 2028, when there's going to be an election. But I think some of the reforms that are being passed are meant to ensure that there are controls. We have to understand that in and of themselves, those reforms will not guarantee that we don't mess up our fiscals.
That was economist Professor Patrick Isuming, ending that report by Daniel Odro-Mensah. Now, the Ghana Citi ended 2025 as Africa's fourth strongest performing currency, marking a remarkable turnaround after years of sustained pressure. According to Forbes, the Citi's closing exchange rate of 10 Citi 93 pesos to the US dollar placed it among the continent's most resilient currencies. The World Bank attributed the Citi's improved performance to a combination of tight monetary and fiscal measures, stronger export earnings boosted by higher global prices for gold and cocoa, and a significant rebound in investor and market confidence. Over the course of last year, the Citi recorded a cumulative appreciation of 27.75% against the US dollar in the retail market. In its latest staff reports, the International Monetary Fund also noted that the Bank of Ghana has stepped up its presence in the foreign exchange market, playing a more active intermediary role. Now on the interbank market this morning, the dollar is trading at 10 Cedis 93 pesos, the British pound at 14 Cedis 70 pesos, and the euro could be sold to you at 12 Cedis 80 pesos. Now moving on, investor confidence in the treasury market carried strongly into the new year as government opened 2026 with yet another oversubscribed T-bill auction. Latest data from the Bank of Ghana shows that the auction was overapplied by 19.8%, marking the sixth consecutive oversubscription and sending a clear signal of sustained investor appetite for government securities. Here is more. In total, investors submitted 4.78 billion Ghana cedis in bids across the 91-day, 182-day, and 364-day bills. Of this amount, the Treasury accepted 4.21 billion Ghana cedis, exceeding its initial target of 3.99 billion Ghana cedis. The 91-day Treasury bill continued to dominate investor presence, attracting bids worth 1.95 billion Ghana cedis, almost all of which 1.94 billion Ghana cedis was accepted. Demand for the 182-day bill reached 1.2 billion Ghana cedis, with 1 billion Ghana cedis accepted, while the 364-day bill recorded bids of 1.6 billion Ghana cedis, out of which 1.2 billion Ghana cedis was taken up by the government. Analysts insist that relatively low maturity profiles and targets below current market liquidity levels can be largely attributed to the sustained oversubscriptions. Interest rates edged up marginally across most maturities, underscoring strong demand at the auction. The yield on the 91-day bill rose by 2 basis points to 11.1%. The 182-day bill increased by 3 basis points to 12.55%, up from 12.52% in the previous auction. Meanwhile, the 364-day bill saw a slight dip, easing by 1 basis point to 12.93%. Looking ahead, the Treasury is seeking to raise 7.56 billion Ghana cedis across the 3 short-term instruments at its next auction as it continues to leverage strong market demand to meet its financing needs. Now, for households watching prices and small businesses watching costs, the second year of the government often tells the real story. As President John Dramani Mahama moves into year 2 of his administration, the economic debate is shifting from policy intentions to measurable impact, inflation trends, access to credit, and the cost of doing businesses. But what does this mean for prices and SMEs? Emmanuel Opong of the Business Desk tells us more.
With inflation expected to continue moderating, the working assumption within the business community is that cost pressures should ease gradually in 2026. For SMEs, this would reflect not just in input prices, but also in consumer demand. Government's flagship 24-hour economy program, already launched, feeds into this broader expectation. Its relevance for SMEs, particularly informal businesses, lies in whether extended production and trading hours are supported by transport, logistics, energy reliability, and access to working capital. The planned rollout of the Women's Development Bank, backed by a significantly higher budgetary allocation, is expected to reshape SME lending dynamics. Industrial revival efforts also matter for consumer prices. The planned restart of Japan Textile Company, following assurances from the sector minister, is expected to support local manufacturing and reduce reliance on imported fabrics. If domestic supply expands as projected, downstream SMEs could see lower input costs with implications for clothing prices and retail margins. Similarly, the revival of the Komenda Sugar Factory is expected to stimulate agro-processing SMEs, logistics operators, and sugarcane farmers, while reducing reliance on imported sugar. If operationalized at scale, increased domestic supply could ease input costs for food and beverage producers, with knock-on effects for consumer prices. Tax policies already delivering measurable shifts. The decoupling of the GET Fund and NHIL levies from the tax base alongside the scrapping of the COVID-19 levy reduces the tax load embedded in the final prices. For SMEs, this improves pricing flexibility. For consumers, it should gradually ease cost of living pressures.
That report was filed by Emmanuel Opong. And that's our bulletin for this morning. Thanks for listening. For more news, visit citynewsroom.com/business. I am Neteli Nete Ajahu. Do have a good business day.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Now, why shall I tin way? Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV. 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how cry? With Access Bank's Pick Now Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko cry.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Pick Now Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Many thanks to Neteli Nete for serving us the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News. It was brought to you by Access Bank. Access Bank has introduced rewards by Access a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. Whether you're shopping, traveling, or handling business expenses, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, and personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide, making your spending go even further. So whether you're a frequent flyer, a regular shopper, or managing daily family, personal, or business needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend. Use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. www.loyaltyrewards.ghana.accessbankplc.com. Call our toll-free number 0800 004400 for more details. Access Bank, certainly more than banking. Now, Gabriel Isaac Ofer joins us in the studio with Kickoff, and that's brought to you by Lesheho Ghana. We are 15 years old. For 15 years, you, our cherished customers, have trusted us to improve lives across Ghana. As we celebrate this milestone, we say a heartfelt thank you for your loyalty and support. This anniversary is not just about us, it's about you, our customers, our partners, and communities who have made this journey possible. Together, we're looking forward to the future with confidence, knowing that with Lesheho, lives will improve. Lesheho branch, visit any of its branches or simply call or WhatsApp Nana on 02700 4799 for any of our financial solutions. Lesheho Ghana, 15 years of improving lives and still counting. Kick off with Gabby.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Here's Baleba forward again. Namaso. Well, he got numbers forward still. Cameroon. In it goes for number 2. We said he was a danger man. One chance, one goal. Christian Kofan. He is a star of the future for Cameroon and African football.
All right, so 2017 AFCON champions Cameroon through to the last 8 of the tournament after beating South Africa 2-1 in Rabat. Are running through all the games from the AFCON 2025 in Morocco, and then we preview today's fixtures in the African Cup of Nations. Plus this.
Augusto trying to get the better of O'Reilly. Good ball in. Oh, nearly for Delap. Nearly for Enzo. Donnarumma can't keep it out. Chelsea have got the late equaliser. And in the 4th minute of stoppages, Manchester City's lead is gone.
All right, so Enzo Fernandez dealt a massive blow to Manchester City's PL title hopes with a 94th minute equaliser to snatch a 1-0 draw for managerless Chelsea at the Etihad Stadium. More from the PL in a bit. All of that plus some updates from tennis on 97.3. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Shell V Power, Polytan Ghana, Western Union, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. All right, I'm Gabi Ofe. Happy New Year to you all. Let's start off with the 2025 AFCON. And we begin with the AFCON. We are into the round of 16 stage. Some countries have progressed to the last 8. Cameroon overcame a 7-game winless head-to-head run against South Africa with a deserved 2-1 win to advance to the quarterfinals. Junior Chamadiu and Christian Kofen were the goals for the indomitable Lions to carry them through to the last 8 of the tournament. Here is South Africa's head coach, Hugo Bruce.
Yeah, what can I say? I think everyone is very disappointed and sad that we are eliminated today. I think we had the right plan, and everyone saw that in the first half. We had 3 open chances in the first half an hour. Normally the game has to be done then, but when you miss those chances on that level, you pay the bill later. And we paid the bill with a lucky goal.
All right, so that's South Africa's head coach Hugo Bruce speaking after his team exits in the ongoing AFCON. Well, host nation Morocco also advanced to the quarterfinals after a hard 4-1-0 victory over Tanzania, putting them a step closer to a first AFCON title in 50 years. Brahim Diaz with the only goal for the Atlas Lions, hit 4th goal for Morocco at the tournament. Early on Saturday, Papi Gay's brace helped Senegal come from behind to beat Sudan 3-1 and reach the quarter-final, while also extending their unbeaten record to in head-to-heads to 8 matches. Well, 10-man Mali defied their personal disadvantage to also advance to the quarter-finals with a 3-2 win over Tunisia, who failed to reach the last 8 for just the second time in the last 6 editions of the competition, and also sacked their head coach in Sami Trabelsi, who accepted the burden of the North Africans exiting the tournament at that stage. Later today, Egypt will face Benin at 4 p.m. and then Nigeria face Mozambique at 7 p.m. in the last 2 games in the round of 16. Mozambique are in uncharted territory here, as this is their first ever appearance in the AFCON knockout stages. Here's Nigeria's head coach, Eric Shaw.
Yeah, like I said, we analyzed the what happened during this group stage, but now the group stage is done. This is another tournament. This is the first game of this tournament. We have to stay focused on this game, try to improve, because we did a lot of good things, but we did some bad things too. We have analyzed it, continue to improve day after day.
All right, so that's Nigeria's head coach Eric Shaw speaking ahead of their clash against Mozambique later today. Well, away from the AFCON, let's touch on the Ghana Premier League match day 17. And Accra Hearts dropped points against Mediama Sporting Club at the TNA Park. Hearts lost by 1-0, and it was their former player in Salima Adams who grabbed all 3 points for his new side in Mediama Sporting Club. The defeat leaves the Phobians 5th on the standings with 28 points, having recorded 7 wins, 7 draws and 3 losses. Yes, Didi Dramani after the loss.
I think that we don't deserve to lose. We controlled, greater part of the game. They also had their moments, and I think that they scored a very good goal.
Of course. Now, he ended in a defeat, but what phases of the game were you most impressed with?
No, I think that there are so many aspects of the game that you can be impressed of, because you cannot control the game all the time. There will be times when you need to control the moment when the opponent is in charge, and I think that in that moment we gave away the ball, and that resulted into this.
All right, so that's Hearts of Folks head coach Masudi Dramani speaking there. Well, meanwhile, Kumasi Asante Kotoko's 3-match winning run came to an end following a 2-1 loss to Sredro Blacks in Sredro. The result leaves the Porcupine Warriors 3rd on the table, 4 points off the top, missing a chance to close the gap on league leaders. Well, Diana FC lost to Vision FC by 1-0. Dreams FC also beat Basake Holy Stars by 2-0. Samatex were 2-0 winners over Young Apostles in the Ghana Premier League. Well, away from football to some golf updates, and PGA ranked Ghanaian golfer Daniel Lester has reiterated his commitment to the development of golf in the country, using its foundation as a platform to nurture young talent. Now, the Daniel Lester Foundation hosted a 2026 Kids Golf Clinic at the Achimota Golf Practice Range, bringing together young aspiring golfers for a day of learning and mentorship.
It feels great. I always love being back and seeing a lot of familiar faces. I think the biggest thing that I learned was how much better everyone's getting, and how much I can tell that this project that we're trying to do and really growing the game in Ghana is really gathering a lot of steam. Talent and a lot more high quality golf. Each time it feels like it's just building the one.
All right, so that's a PGA ranked Ghanaian golfer Daniel Lester speaking there. Now let's get to the PO, and Enzo Fernandez scored a stoppage time equalizer as Chelsea ended a tumultuous week by claiming a deserved point at title chasing Manchester City. Kylian McFarlane. Usually Chelsea's under 21's coach took charge of the first team on an interim basis following the departure of Enzo Maresca on Thursday. We heard from Chelsea's 2 senior players. First off, Captain Reece James, followed by goal scorer Enzo Fernandez.
No, I told you, we had to, accept what went on earlier on in the week and, put it behind us. We came here with a game plan. We know what level we can perform at when we're, all together and all firing. The first half we made, a slight error for their goal. But second half, as the game went on, we grew into the game. We knew a chance would come, and, this guy took his chance when it came.
And so you did take the chance. Just tell us, at the end of a difficult week, what that goal meant.
Yeah, difficult week for us. Difficult moment, but part of the life and the football. today we are effort 100%. I'm happy for the team.
All right, so that's Chelsea's two senior players. First off, Reece James, followed by goal scorer Enzo Fernandez. Now, off the pitch, Liam Rosinia has flown to London to finalize his expected appointment as Chelsea head coach. The reports are that Rosinia is the leading candidate to replace Enzo Maresca, who has left the Stamford Bridge club. Now, talks to appoint the Englishman are at an advanced stage, and the 41-year-old is in the capital to complete formalities before he's named Maresca's successor. Reacting to that is former Chelsea striker Daniel Sturridge.
I think he will. He's been working with young players. He's worked with young Chelsea players on loan. I think he's going to come to this football club. And look, it's going to be a difficult job because there's going to be eyes on the outside, and the expectation in the fan base now is that he's got to come in and hit the ground running. And I think he will be under a little bit of pressure if the results don't follow, because it's happened so fast. That's the thing for me that I'm concerned about. I love the fact that he's going to get the opportunity if he does get it, because young English managers at clubs like Chelsea, it's few and far between that they'll come in inexperienced as well and get this opportunity. But I'm very excited for him, and if he is the manager, I wish him well, because I would love to see him do well.
All right, so that's former Chelsea striker Daniel Sturridge speaking there. Well, somewhat pure result and taking it to the Craven Cottage, because Harrison Reed scored a stunning 97-minute equalizer to cancel out Cody Gakpo's 94th minute goal in a thrilling conclusion as Fulham and Liverpool played out a 2-2 draw at the Craven Cottage. Well, Sunderland increased the pressure on Spurs boss Thomas Frank as Brian Brobeck's late equalizer gave the Black Cats a point. Mohamed Kudus was yanked off in a 19-minute following an injury he picked up earlier in the game. Well, Manchester United's poor run of form continued at the Elland Road, but head coach Ruben Amorim had Matheus Cunha to thank for his side not suffering even more damage against Leeds. It was only the Brazilian fourth goal since his 62.5 million move summer from Wolves, and came at a time when Amorim is without four key attacking players because of combination of injury and also the AFCON in Morocco. Here is United boss Ruben Amorim.
I think we played well. I think we had more control in this game that we show against Wolverhampton, and that is also important when you prepare the next week. You can learn with the mistakes that we show in the last game. I think we control quite well the team of Leeds, the team that is really strong on set pieces, on second balls, really quick in front. I think we control well. We had our opportunities to win the game. Of course, we are losing games in the details. The goal of Leeds, we are controlling the game and one kick in the ball in transition, but we managed to get back to the game.
All right, so that's United's manager Ruben Amorim speaking there. Early on Saturday, Declan Rice scored twice as Premier League leaders Arsenal came from behind to beat Bournemouth 3-2. So Arsenal at top of the table, 48 points. Manchester City second, 42. Aston Villa same point, 42, and then Liverpool are fourth on the table with 34 points. And that's the very latest in the world of sport. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports JHA. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Shell V Power, Western Union, Politan Ghana, and Leshell. Let's improve life. I am Gabby Ofe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and bye-bye.
Every family is a team, and every player has a role. Mums and dads, siblings, grandparents, aunts and uncles, and even that one cousin who can't tell a foul from offside, but who always remembers your birthday. Even if you're far away, you can still score for your team. Send them money with Western Union. Cash pickup in minutes. Check it out at westernunion.com.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to Let's Share Go. No matter your situation, let's go. Let's go. We improve your life. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Let's go. We improve your life.
Concerned about your health? Don't let uncertainty weigh you down. Get the clarity you deserve with SynLab. We offer fast, accurate, and reliable diagnostic testing, from routine blood work to advanced screenings. With over 5,000 tests and branches nationwide, SynLab delivers the trusted quality you've come to rely on. Our expert team uses cutting-edge technology to provide the answers you need so you can take control of your well-being today. Visit any SynLab branch. Call 0302-763-580 or 059-380-410 or 059-380-4101 or check out synlab.com.gh. SynLab, your trusted lab right where you are. SynLab, the new med lab. SynLab, test with the best.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. January is only hard when you don't prepare for it. Now, before December ends, separate money specifically for January expenses. Think about transport, school fees, rent, and basic living costs. Put that money somewhere safe and avoid touching it. Then take 10 minutes to write a simple plan for the first 3 months of the new year. List your income, your essential expenses, and one clear savings goal. Keep it realistic. At Petra, we care about you making wise financial decisions that protect your future. Preparation removes pressure and clarity builds confidence. Plan ahead. Spend wisely. Let's do life together. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Good morning, class. My apologies. I'm late for your class today. My apologies, like I said. On my note, the economy. What's your next class? Psychology. Okay, who can help me? I want to send money with my bank. Withdraw some monies. I feel let me tank. Me try error. Hey, to be frank, but doc, this your bank there. It be junk. Digital bank of the year. FA, the bank of the moment. Doc, and you will be safe and smooth. You know go talk plenty. First Atlantic Bank. FA.
Yeah, they've won it back to back. Up to now, no bank is close to that.
Back to back? Yeah, doc, that's the fact. So, doc, if you sign up, you can't depart. 2 times winner, Digital Bank of the year. Back to back, if I enter your ear. Quick, safe,
always on time. Secure transactions for you, my dear.
Pay your debt and bill. Go dig it. Stay home more, relax and chill. First Atlantic Bank be the deal. Go dig it. Tell it, FAB on your bill. To pay your debt and bill. Go dig it. Tell it, FAB on your bill. Go dig it.
10 years of unforgettable memories, breathtaking sights, unlimited excitement, new friendships. And this March, we're turning it all the way up from the 1st to the 8th of March 2026. Get ready for the road trip of a lifetime. 8 epic days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We roll from Greater Accra through the Eastern region, cruise into the Northern and Upper East regions, vibe through the Western region, and hit many more iconic destinations across Ghana. It's culture, it's adventure, It's pure discovery with the best people and the best vibes. Expect non-stop fun, endless scenic views, deep cultural immersion, new networks and friendships and memories that will outlive the journey. Seats are limited and this is the 10th anniversary. You cannot miss it. Watch out for details soon.
Whether you're buying water from your favorite spot in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Beverly, Sharon, Cindy, girl, Tyra, Simone. Can I get a rain check? Just 25 and I'm not ready yet. Let's make a deal. Give me some time, I got a few hearts to steal. Got more grounds to gain. Can't get stuck with the ball and the chain. I need to be sure. Come back and see me in 2 years or more. I remember as a kid I used to dream. I had a big crush on Sandra's kid sister Jean. She was in love with Dwayne. It's been so many years and I still feel the pain. What about the girl across the street? Took the same bus, I used to reserve a seat. She would just sit with her friends. And they'd all talk about guys in Beamers and Benz. Seems like my luck took a slide. When Shorty came along and she stood by my side, I couldn't give her much, but she stayed. Now I'm hitting all the charts, it's so easy getting laid. Living in style, I'm getting paid. Hooking up my peeps with the millions I've made. Now I'm having girls who I knew in first grade. See, I'm kind of feeling like my short is getting played, so I'm begging ya. Can I get a rain check? Just 25 and I'm not ready yet. Let's make a deal. Give me some time, I got a few hearts to steal. Got more grounds to gain. Can't get stuck with the ball and the chain. I need to be sure. Come back and see me in 2 years or more. I wasn't popular in school, I wasn't popular in sports. All the girls I love the guys on the court. I feel like I've been cheated of my youth. Cause back in the days, braces weren't so cute. Girls used to laugh at my suit. Now I got models in bed knocking boots out. Can I get a rain check? Just 25 and I'm not ready yet. Let's make a deal. Give me some time, I got a few hearts to steal. Got more grounds to gain. Can't get stuck with the ball and the chain. I need to be sure. Come back and see me in 2 years or more.
Time check 7:38 on the City Breakfast Show. Welcome to January again. This is the 5th day of the month, and a big thank you to Richard Alaskai for hosting the program over the Christmas period. It felt really nice listening to the City Breakfast Show with the voice not being mine.
That's what you
And I think I'm going to make a proposal to management.
Hey, please do. you see this thing you do.
I'm going to make a proposal to management because I think it was nice. I loved having you on, particularly when you were not discussing hard issues, when you were laughing and having fun. I liked your interview with Amaliba. It was a very, very good interview, very exhaustive.
Yes.
And I like his patience in answering every question you asked him about roads and traffic and all of that.
And all of that.
It was a really, really good interview.
And then the Okada law that is rolling into action.
I think we need to get involved as media to make sure that Okada thing is well done. Don't forget that my my last but one interview for the year on TV was with the transport minister.
Yeah.
And he kept saying that if the best way to manage is to regulate it. So he's saying that people are doing it. So we will find a way of bringing them in. It's very complicated. So I noticed that you pushed Amaliba even on towing. Yesterday I was on the motorway coming from Tema to Accra, and there were 2 big trucks that had broken down. And because of the road construction, the trucks couldn't park off the motorway. They were parked in the lane. And they didn't have, even if they had triangles, you know what I'm saying? So the compulsory towing that the minister spoke about to the insurance companies, I really think we need to throw more light on it. You know, it is an absolute necessity. An absolute necessity to tow at the cost of the people whose vehicle break down. So we'll talk a bit about your conversation on that.
I was in Tema.
When did you go to Tema? You don't like going to Tema?
Because it is linked to what you are saying.
You don't go there easily.
As we were having the conversation, I told you, I don't go anywhere. But over the weekend, I ended up in Tema.
Okay.
but I didn't drive.
Okay.
What happened?
I needed support. So before I got to Tema, I called your driver to give me guidance
on how to
how to get to Tema. I was going to Community 1, you know.
Beach Road or motorway?
So Beach Road it was. Quietly. And then Ima advised me to use the Beach Road, and then I got to Tema Community 1, very nice place. I was at the Lawrence Wolf Evangelical Presbytery. Do you know the place?
I know that. It's in Community 1.
EP Church.
It's very close to
Tema Secondary School.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice place. And I must say good morning to the congregation.
But do you know who Lawrence Wolf is, by the way?
No, please.
Okay.
I'll do my research. But
it's a young German missionary.
I met a lot of rich aunties there who are great fans of the work we do.
Yeah, that's right.
So you use the motorway?
No, why would I be? I spoke to him. My man said I shouldn't try.
The Beach Road is good. The Beach Road is good. I just feel like
there's a bit of work to be done on it. But I'm just saying, for my purposes, I want to tell the general public that I have finally made it to Tema.
I'll tell you something about the Beach Road from Dansoman. So I was talking to a friend who visited Senegal, and he was saying that on a coastal road from like Dansoman to Tema, he was describing what he saw, how people were playing football and how fitness obsessed Senegal had become, and that as he drove on that stretch, he basically said from Dansoman to Tema stretch, every 5 minutes he would see people doing push-ups, they put gym equipment and that kind of thing. And Ghana has a longer beachfront than Senegal, but Senegal's beaches are cleaner than our beaches. That's a different discussion. The road also from that point to the other point that he described, I think our beach road needs finishing touches. I used the beach road from Adabraka to Nungwa on Saturday. Some patches have still not been done.
Yeah.
The Labadi side parts have been done. So when you get to La Palm, they've done that part. But when you come to the first La Junction, they haven't done it.
Yes.
And it makes
when you drive a bit after the first, the hospital, the private.
Yes. General hospital.
No. There's a private hospital, Green, opposite Cape C. First Health. Family Health something university.
Yes, if
if you cross it a bit, the road is not really the best.
So I'm saying that, you see, motorway being done is good, but what will it profit a nation if you fix the motorway when you leave Dansoman to Teman Beach Road? Because that's essentially a beach road. You use Dansoman, you pass through Accra Central, Atamills Highway. In fact, there's even the old Winneba Road. Old Winneba Road behind Koligono. But at Mills Highway all through to Osu, passing through La, that road must be first class. So I want to urge the road minister to finish what he started. He did fix the Peshi Bridge, but the part of the La road near the Presbyterian Nativity something, he hasn't done it. And it still causes traffic. But congratulations to you on being able to go to Tema and come back.
Yes, I'm very happy. And congratulations also to the reason why I was at the EP Churchy was because my brother and Sicho, his beautiful wife, were naming their son. So congratulations to the two of them. And also, the regional minister's light initiative, street light initiative. I must say I have seen some work in my part of town. So Ablekuma West, I saw some work being done in the municipality.
Okay.
So I am acknowledging
that work,
that the lights have arrived in Ablekuma West and they have been fixed. In fact, one at my junction, I saw the light was
Since you're on the
bright.
Tema issue, let me just say two quick things about Tema.
Okay.
I think that the Harbour Road needs work. Harbour Road, basically from the harbour
trucks
back to when you're going outside
Tema, yes.
The Valco roundabout, the Tor areas. I don't understand why the Valco roundabout that leads to Tor is in such a bad state. If Tor is being revamped, indeed that area has some of our most important companies. That whole enclave needs a lot of work. Again, I'm speaking to the road minister. I know there's a lot of pressure, but Tema requires, because they are heavy trucks, they send in our imports and they send out our exports. You can't have the roads the way they are. So I really need the minister to focus on the Tema roads to fix it. Now that I'll take your
But Tema is nice.
No, it's not that nice. It's come down.
It's come down. Yeah, but I'm saying that if Tema has come down and what I'm saying is that because you see, hold on, listen to me.
You only pass the nice places.
You listen to me. By nice, I don't even just mean nice as in yes, because I entered from the Junction Mall side, and the drive to the is it the Harbour Gate or something? When you use the Charlie, you see the estates. Charlie, the road is calm. There are not too many people. Alaski. The place is nice.
Into the Tema community.
There should be
nobody's worrying them there.
There should be a road from Pram through Bone to Tema industrial area without going through the
where I drove through.
No, without going through the main
township
prone TT Brothers area. Tema as a planned city requires a lot of work. You are impressed because you haven't been there in a long time. So we'll forgive you for that.
Yeah, Bernard, if I may, quickly. Yesterday I was coming back from outside Accra and I used the motorway. And there was a major traffic situation about 1,000 or so kilometers from the Tetekwashi interchange. And apparently it was caused by a long vehicle that was cutting cattle from most likely the Bone side of town towards Accra. And it was really bad. The traffic situation was really, really bad because the cattle had basically scattered on the road. The vehicle, the long articulated truck had overturned, and there was no police officer immediately, at least based on what I saw, to actually help contain the situation. Now it raises a critical issue, whether the vehicle that was used to move animals on the road was the proper vehicle to be used.
The way they tie the cows.
Exactly. In this case, the cow, they were freely they were cutting them when the thing happened. So it was like they didn't tie any of them. They just logo them onto the truck, and they were moving them when the crash happened. And also, Bernard, I think that there's an issue with how we do construction in the country. I do know that the guys doing the road are doing their very best, but so many cut-ins and cut-outs and the use of hard concrete. There's this yellow, is it Jerry something? They call it Jerry something. The one they use to sort of demarcate where you should pass, where you should not pass. On the road, they use water.
Jersey barriers.
Jersey barriers. Instead of our contractors using that,
they use hard concrete.
Hard concrete, which means that it seemed to me that
they
truck
are immovable.
Exactly, ran into.
So if there was a Jersey barrier, which is plastic, you can carry it and the car can park off the road.
Exactly.
But they put hard concrete. So basically, if two trucks break down on the motorway, it's going to create a big problem because they can't park off.
Exactly. So I think the Minister of Roads would have to do something about that.
Yeah.
You'll notice that if you're descending from the, you're coming from Kaneshi, just after old Space Phone, you come towards Toyota. You know the thing we did for BRT, that small overpass or whatever. If you descend and you want to turn into Adabraka, they have put that concrete, hard concrete there. If you are turning, it's been there since 19 Kojoho.
Raised 5 years.
I don't know why that thing is still there.
It's still there,
All right, let me do a couple of things. I'll come back to this. Luckily, we are told that we could be joined by the road minister for a brief chat on some of the points you've raised. Let me say good morning to Kakra as well. Francisca, good to have you on the program, and thanks for holding the fort. It was good listening to you and your twin sister on the show I'm not sure whose voice I prefer. We can discuss that later.
You can prefer both.
Yeah, but thank you for being on the program.
2026, you want to renew our fight?
No, it's good. So it's good to see you. Welcome back.
Good morning and good to see you as well.
I hope you had a good break.
I did.
Wonderful. And of course, Caleb got married over the period. Congratulations to you again.
Thank you, sir.
My producer has called the road minister. He says it's very early in the year, but we'll ask him a couple of questions shortly on some of the points you raised. Beach Road, motorway, and then there's something else that happened over the Christmas break. Hafiz Tijani put out a report. Believers Worship Center watch night causes severe gridlock on Accra Kumasi Highway, and for that, is he on? Okay, for that, I'd like to read a complaint I got before I even get to the story. So, on Saturday, somebody I respect a lot called me around 6:20 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't usually call me, but it was quite troubling. So he says his daughter and his grandkids had left Kumasi at 6:30 in the morning, coming to visit him in Accra.
Oh.
And as of 6:20 p.m. when he called me, they were at Apidwa. So this is like 12 hours since they left Kumasi, they were at Apidwa. And I asked, did the car break down? He says, no. Did they have a flat tire? He says, no. He says they got to Joaso at 10 a.m., which is even a problem. Kumasi to Joaso shouldn't take you 10 a.m. So basically, from the original design of Accra Kumasi Road, if you left Kumasi at 6:30, you should be in Accra by 10.
Yes.
But they said they got to Joaso by 10. That's the first problem. Because Joaso is in Ashanti. Caleb, you know Joaso, right? You can check for me.
Yeah.
Then they got to, by 6:20 when he called me, they were at Apidwa. Now, Apidwa is another 10 minutes from his home. Apidwa is one of the last Achim towns you get to before you get to the Kwapim areas. So if you drive from Kumasi and you get to Apidwa at 6:20 p.m., what's the problem? So apparently,
people are burning fuel.
Apparently, there was a major gridlock, and I'm going to read Hafiz's story. Apparently, passengers on the Accra Kumasi Highway on Wednesday and Thursday, so it was 2 days, had a bit. So actually, called me on Thursday, not Saturday. Wednesday and Thursday had a bitter experience as they spent close to 24 hours in traffic due to severe gridlock on the Joaso and Asankari sections of the highway. The gridlock was caused by the 31st Watch Night service organized by overseer of the Believers Worship Center, Stephen Adom Cheidua. Although the situation had eased, motorists lamented what they described as their worst travel experience. Trucks, buses, and other smaller vehicles were all stuck in the gridlock with no alternative routes available. And then it shows a very beautiful aerial photo. I don't know how it took the aerial photo of the vehicles just not moving. Now, it looks like the church is very close to the road. And the road at that point is not a double lane. As in one going, one coming. So, I'm not sure whether it's the church we should blame or the city. Because if you are for example, the Metropolitan Assembly for that area, you know that this church is a big church and they do Christmas and Easter program. What was the traffic management plan? What was the alternative route? What was the police MTTD deployment? I feel like this is not just a big church program, because if you are having a football match of a consequence or a stadium event or a program like that, and you know that historically Adom Cheidua has a lot of people
coming through,
there should have been some traffic management.
Yeah,
which I don't know,
especially on a link road as important as Accra Kumasi, and at that time of the year, knowing the people who use that. Bernard, I think you.
So let me talk to the Minister for Roads and wish him Happy New Year and just push him into a few quick comments. Honorable Aguja, thanks for joining us. Good morning. Hello, Honorable Abuja, can you hear me? Good morning. Yeah, hold on. I'm doing a connection. Just give me a second. We'll sort this out. He's on the line, and we're trying to just pick his comments on what the plan is for roads, because it looks like this break, a lot of the discussions had to do with roads. Have you connected him? Okay, let me try again. Hello, Abuja, can you hear me? All right, please, we'll work that out again. Yeah, so Godfrey, I don't know what you have to say about that. 12 hours from...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it should have been a collaborative effort. The church, knowing its numbers and the people that they were expecting, would perhaps have informed the police that, look, we're having this program. we are expecting a large number of people. It will happen on this day. So can we collaborate? The police then would perhaps have engaged the municipality and others, perhaps highway authorities, whichever other body needed to be engaged, for there to be a plan in terms of traffic management, so that you will not be caught unawares. Because if somebody wakes up and knows that 6:30 a.m. I should be in Accra, midday. Sometimes you haven't even bought fuel. So imagine that maybe you say half tank. I'm taking this half tank to Accra.
12 hours
in traffic for what?
From Kumasi to Apija.
So imagine if somebody required health care. If there was
kids have not eaten.
It was just a bit too much. I think it should be better collaborated. The next time this has to happen, it's something that should not happen on a road as important as
Caleb, do you
one.
think this in a way justifies the government's intention to do an alternative Accra Kumasi route? Because the current route is how many kilometers?
So this is about 205 kilometers. And if you work the math, if you work the difference between the new expressway and what we have existing, you have about 52 kilometers.
So it's 250?
Saving. Yes, 250.
And the new one they want to do is how much?
It's about 190. So there is some justification there, especially when it's not going through very busy communities where there are developments and social gatherings such as what we saw during the festive period. If the government is able to complete what is ongoing as it promised and then is able to do that one as well, I think it will be great relief for
some people
everyone.
Feel if they dualize the current road, it would have helped, because if you look at the portion where the traffic was, it was a single lane. And the church is not that far from the road, so that shouldn't the government rather dualize the portions that can be dualized, whilst they think of building a new route? Of course, the new route is shorter.
It is short. I mean, it doesn't hurt if they are able to do both in record time as they promised, because I remember your interview with the Honorable Minister. He said in 2 years, they believe they could finish the expressway. But of course, the existing one also has challenges, and people want the bottlenecks to be addressed as quickly as possible. So some focus should be driven to the main bottlenecks, the single lanes and the dualized sections that they are onto. So if you finish that early, you give some relief to those who are using them, and then the express one that you're also doing ahead of the future population boom and all of that, that takes care of that. So that's a more futuristic project that is ideal. The reality is that people are feeling the frustrations when they are using the existing one, so they will want to see some speed in the execution of that. Don't forget, my main concern with the construction of roads is that while we are doing new ones, the existing ones are in really bad shape. And I really do not see why we wait till the ones we have spent money to do in the past deteriorate till they are so bad before we want to spend money to get to maintain them.
We'll come back to.
I'm curious, Bernard, about a few things. But if you have to go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so first I want to understand the placement of the church. I've not seen the story. You just said that it's not so far from the road. I want to understand whichever assembly is responsible for that. We need to understand the distance and whether or not per assembly's practice, structures or buildings such as churches, how should they be placed? What's the plan? The planning of those towns. We need to understand that. That's the first thing for me. So there's a gap on the part of the assembly, or there's a question that needs to be answered. Are they properly placed? Secondly, this is a church. This is my understanding from what you're saying, that this is a big church.
It's grown. No one could have known how big it would grow. So it's not like it's next to the road per se, but it's a big church. So when they do programs, a lot of people go. So it's outgrown. It's outgrown its
location.
But
he has a new auditorium.
It's grown very fast. And when we do a national program, everybody goes.
So that's fine. My expectation will be about the responsibility of the church. Every Sunday, there will be some soul winning, etc. Throughout the week. So I can reasonably expect you to understand that your church will grow and you plan for that. So it comes back to the question about planning. The event that was planned, I take it that this event was planned.
Yeah.
What went into it?
Yeah.
Whoever the leadership of the church is,
Yeah.
what was their plan? How did they plan to deal with the flow of the movement of people or vehicles?
Yeah.
Did they communicate with the assembly? Did they communicate with the police? A 31st night event is not, because mind you, the numbers many churches get on 31st is sometimes double their usual congregation. And so once again, I'm coming back to the civic responsibility. Did you plan, and what was your plan? Did you communicate with the stakeholders to avoid this? And when this happened, what did they do to sort of mitigate the inconvenience that was caused to everybody who was using that stretch for 2 days?
When we went to Cedar Mountain on 31st night, they had to do their program at OIC, which is a big compound. But even they needed police. So there were police people there to support. Some of them had these road barriers and things. Even I had the police to park me. You were there as well. Yep. And their crowd was nothing compared to this crowd we're talking about. So I think you have a very big point there around the church's responsibility and also the assembly's responsibility, because we know that Philadelphia, they are big. Look, even 3 years ago when they do Easter, it's a massive church. Okay, so even the road, there are some towns that roads have had to be built around, so it's like a bypass. For the longest time, in Sawam was a traffic hotspot because we had to pass through the traffic. We had to do in Sawam bypass. I think they need a Konongo bypass, which they are working on. So they need to do
other bypasses.
They need to do a Joaso check for me whether there are bypasses in the budget. Joaso is part, because where Philadelphia is and how it has grown to become so big, they obviously need a bypass for the road.
Bernard, not to discount what you're saying, it's valid.
Or they should
we
move
need
the
a bypass. No, I'm not saying we should. We need to plan properly and execute it. So whether or not there's a bypass, it doesn't mean that a church should be placed in a place where there was no proper planning and anticipation of the future congregation population, the future traffic situation. A lot of responsibility lays with the assembly, whatever assembly that church and town.
The fact that you and I don't even know they know an assembly is a problem, right? Exactly. That we don't even know whether. I mean, you guys should help. You are geography students, Caleb. Joaso, what's the biggest town there? What is the assembly? What district is it? So that we can ask the assembly what they did, right? But it's 8:08. This is the City Breakfast Show. And it's just opening thoughts really for the year. The year is going to be interesting. We're going to have an Effective Living series brought to us by, I think it's Petra, correct?
Yes, Petra Trust.
Petra Trust is the sponsor for Effective Living series. I would do a few things and then bring the minister in about 10 minutes. Happy birthday to Solomon Aqua of Snit Adabraka from Nakoshi Lamte at Adabraka Snit. Couple of quick announcements to make, but let's do tech and social media trends. It's brought to us by who?
Tech and social media trends is brought to us by First Bank. Experience banking like never before with First Mobile or Quick Banking. *894# is the magic number that brings your bank into your hands. Make real-time transactions with First Mobile or Quick Banking. *894#. Enjoy fast, secure, convenient banking anytime, anywhere. Key services include instant airtime and data purchase, funds transfer to and from Momo wallets, Instabank and intra-bank transfers, plus much more. So download the First Mobile app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Simply dial *894#. Follow the prompts, join thousands of customers, enjoy seamless banking. For more details, call First Solutions on 0596921921 or email firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com. First Bank, you first.
And so we bring in for the first time this year Edwin Kwakofi with Tech and Social Media Trends. Edwin.
Happy New Year, Bernard.
Happy New Year to you
hey,
too.
Only Bernard.
No, I'm talking to you. This morning you're in the mood, eh? Happy New Year to Kakra too.
Happy New Year, Kakra. Happy New Year, Caleb, and Happy New Year to everyone else too.
Good to see you, Edwin.
Yes, so a lot happened over the holidays, but I'll limit the trends to what's happening over the weekend. And Nicolas Maduro is trending heavily. because the U.S. launched an operation which they titled Operation Absolute Resolve to capture the Venezuelan president. So it was what people are calling an unprecedented operation, because it was months in the making, because there were spies in Venezuela who were keeping an eye on Maduro, what he ate, when he slept, his pets, whatever he did during the period, just so they could get a good line on when would be the best time to attack. President Trump gave the order, and of course they went in, captured him and his wife, brought them to the US, and they are set to face the courts today. So there's been condemnation of the act from several quarters who say the US has invaded a sovereign nation without any good justification.
They basically just made up some whatever.
Exactly. So that condemnation also came from Ghana as well, who have called for the release of Maduro. So yeah, that's what everyone is talking about across the world at the moment. Now, our second trending topic is a worrying issue which you spoke about in, I believe, the news review of 2 women who have been arrested for assaulting a 12-year-old girl at Roman JHS area, and it happened on Tuesday the 30th of December. So the incident was reported to the police by the victim's mother, and the 2 suspects were picked up. One is supposed to be on the run or in the Volta region, and also being chased by the police. So it involved an attack.
The way they beat the girl
on the girl, it was difficult to watch that video, but a brutal attack on the girl, who apparently had an altercation with the son of one of the suspects. Yeah, so they followed her to a house and then beat her mercilessly, and the police have done a good job in picking her up. The gender ministry also released a statement condemning the act and commending the police for taking such swift action.
All right.
Third thing, Ayawasu East MP, unfortunate news over the weekend, and he passed away. Nasser Toure Mahama passed away over the weekend. Apparently he was 60 years old, died at the Kolibu Teaching Hospital after long illness. This was his fourth term in Parliament, having entered the House in 2013. He will be laid to rest later today. We move on to the AFCON, and we are getting into the quarterfinal stage. A number of round of 16 matches have already taken place. Senegal, they beat Sudan, expected results, but Sudan did take the lead in that game. Morocco beats Tanzania by 1-0. Mali, they beat Tunisia on penalties. Very interesting penalty shootout. Mali were down to 10 men for
almost the 70% of the game.
But they still managed to eke out qualification to the quarterfinal. And also Cameroon, despite all the issues they
entered the competition. They will say, we are fighting, we are doing. You see, they won the tournament. Cameroon,
they beat South Africa by 2-1. So very interesting.
So who is playing today?
So today we've got the Ivory Coast, I believe. I'll check out.
Ivory Coast is playing, I think it's I know Nigeria will play somebody, I don't know.
Yes, Nigeria will play Mozambique, I believe. So I'll get that for you. Egypt are playing Benin at 4 p.m.
Egypt plays today.
Yes, Mo Salah in action there as well. So Nigeria, Mozambique is at 7 p.m. as well.
Amazing stuff.
And after that, we have Algeria versus DR Congo and Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso.
Wow, fascinating.
Tuesday.
It's living up to the billing.
It is. It definitely is in terms of excitement. Next, Chelsea. We have to talk about Chelsea because it's been a chaotic week for Chelsea, getting rid of Maresca, but over the weekend somehow getting a draw against Manchester City. So on and off for Chelsea.
I don't even understand why they sacked him, but I'm sure you can discuss that on a sports program.
Well, I did a little bit of that on Scorecard last night.
So you understand why he was sacked?
Well, it wasn't a sacking necessarily. Obviously, the club wanted to get rid of him because of his actions and behavior in the last maybe few months.
He's a good coach. he's won 2 trophies.
Yes, he's a decent coach, and the club was willing to stick by him. But I think his complaints over having to rotate a number of players because of their injury history and what he felt was interference from hierarchy in his decisions and who he plays in the team, whether he used youngsters or not. I think he wasn't too happy about that. Wanted a bit more control over the team, like Pep Guardiola. And obviously he's also being chased by a number of clubs, and I don't think Chelsea were too happy that he was paying attention to all of that. So in tech news, I want to go back to the Venezuela story about Nicolas Maduro, because after his arrest, we've seen a number of fake videos popping up all over social media, showing thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in Venezuela celebrating Maduro's capture. Obviously, they were fake videos. Some were AI generated videos, some were videos from back in 2010, 2013. So old videos that people were reposting as though it was current. And that's the danger of AI. If it's used improperly, it can be used to spread misinformation, disinformation, and used to create all sorts of narratives. So be careful what you believe and what you see on social media.
Thank you, Edwin. That was second social media trends.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we sick out to bank baby? No lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
You know how much moms always say too much of everything is bad? But there's one too much mom actually approves of. Telecel's Too Much Broadband Bundle. This festive season, all you have to do is buy the 150 Ghana Cedis Too Much Broadband Bundle in addition to your main broadband plan and get 150% bonus data. That's right.
From December 1st to 31st, simply buy the 150 Ghana Cedis Telecel Too Much Bundle in addition to your main broadband plan and receive 150% bonus data. Dial *900#, use the Telecel Play app or visit the Telecel website to buy now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Every woman deserves hair that looks and feels amazing. It starts with the right product. BO16. After relaxing, your hair needs serious care. BO16 neutralizing shampoo removes all those relaxer residues and restores your hair's natural balance. Itchy scalp, dandruff wahala, BO16 treatment shampoo will rescue you. Leaves your hair absolutely divine. BO16 detangling conditioner. No more painful tagging and breakage. See how smoothly the comb runs through. Now you know my secret.
BO16. Express yourself.
This advert is FDA approved. The GC brand. It's all about you.
In red, and it goes towards Lovren.
Echo. I hear say you be football encyclopedia. Name 2 countries that dominated football back to back.
Italy and Brazil, legends.
You deserve to see the ultimate football experience live and color.
Enterprise Insurance Insurna Chile promo is now bigger. Just buy or renew your motor insurance for a chance to enjoy the ultimate football experience live. Feely. Hurry now.
Enterprise Insurance, I'm on my way.
Buy or renew your Enterprise motor insurance and win free fuel coupons, shopping vouchers, airtime, plus a chance to enjoy an all-expense-paid ultimate football experience for 3 lucky winners. Promo runs from January to May 2026. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise, your advantage.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
All right, time check in the studio is 8:14. First Atlantic Bank is proud to be crowned Digital Bank of the Year twice back to back, and this is a celebration of our commitment to give you the ultimate convenience in digital banking. We have a mobile app, we have internet banking, we have USSD, and many seamless platforms which are safe, fast, and secure. Join the Pepper family today. First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. For years, owning a home felt far away, a dream for others, but not for us. At Locust Estate, we believe every Ghanaian deserves comfort, dignity, and modern living. That's why we're building beautifully designed 3-bedroom houses, townhouses, which are safe, secure, and community-focused, with clubhouse, gym, swimming pool, and 24-hour security. And if you want more, from premium family homes to stylish apartments, Locust Estates gives you smart design in prime locations. Call 0200 557 704 or visit locustestate.com today for more information. Get a loan in 60 seconds with Easy Cash from Zenith Bank. Simply dial *170#, select 5, option 5, which is financial services, option 3, loans, and option 6, Easy Cash. With Easy Cash, no collateral is needed. Apply today. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Cracks Training Institute announces the AB Level 6 Diploma in Business Management, a UK accredited qualification officially recognized by Ghana. This program provides a smarter route to degree equivalence, enabling HND holders, diploma graduates, and working professionals to achieve the same academic recognition in less time. Admissions are currently open at Cracks Training Institute. You can call 055 222 2217. That's 055 222 or visit cracks.edu.gh for more information.
So insure your car with Enterprise because they've done this for 102 years and they are not just giving you protection, you will get rewards. You enjoy free coupons, airtime, shopping vouchers, and you stand a chance of winning an all-expense paid ultimate football experience live at a stadium. When you insure your car, do so now at Enterprise Insurance and be part of the Insure Not Chile promo. We are running this till May 2026. It is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Enterprise Insurance is your advantage. Now, I'm told there are 10 weeks in January and it gets really tough because Charlie money finish and all of that. But with SG Ghana Visa Festive Cashback promo, SG Ghana is giving you every reason to enjoy the festive season and now without worrying about the new year. So between now and the 31st of January, use your SG Ghana Visa card for all your transactions. Make at least 5 transactions totaling not less than 2,000 Ghana cedis, and then you stand the chance of winning your share of 120,000 Ghana cedis in the grand draw. The more transactions you make, the better your chances of winning. SG Ghana Visa Festive Cashback promo. Just call 0302-214-314 for more. Spend now, smile later. It's a promo that's regulated on the NLA on this Caritas Lottery platform.
And receiving money from your loved ones abroad should never be complicated. With CBG Money Transfer Service, you enjoy fast, secure, and convenient way to access your funds abroad. Visit any of our branches to receive transfers from leading partners including Easy Remit, Western Union, MoneyGram, RIA, UnityLink, Pay Angel, Transfer, StapTap Send, TerraPay, and Thunes. Simply provide a national ID, phone number, and transfer reference number. For inquiries, call 0302-216-000 or email talktous@tbg.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Don't forget, later this morning at 9:15, we bring you Effective Living series. And we're starting off with Theodore Albright, and we're looking at New Year resolutions and why they don't work and what you need to do about it. Let's talk to the Minister for Roads and MP for Adaklu, the Honorable Governor Kwame Agboja. Happy New Year to you, Minister of Roads. Thank you for joining us.
Happy New Year to you, Bernard, and your colleagues at the studio and your viewers generally.
Wonderful. You are the first person we are interviewing this year because for us, the most important issue is still roads. I don't know. So the pressure is not going down. So we will not allow you to even enjoy your break. What is the agenda
for? No need to enjoy. We have work to do.
Should we take 2026 as a road focus year? How determined is this government to prioritize roads this year?
Well, Bernard, the president has already made a huge commitment to the people of Ghana to improve the road network across the country. You heard him personally say that during the campaign and even to today, whenever he goes to meet stakeholders, everybody is talking about the need for the road network, wherever they live, to be improved. And I agree with him. So he's committed a lot of resources to this through budget. He causes the finance minister to read. And my job is to make sure that that vision of the president comes to pass. So yes, I agree with you. This year, next year, we would have to see a lot of work being done. Fortunately, the core of the project have now all been awarded. It's time for us to now focus on the contractors and the consultants. And also, Bernard, one of the things that I'm going to need your help and the help of your network to do is to monitor contractors to make sure that whilst it's our responsibility to make sure we specify and insist they use the right materials, I think it's going to have to be a collective thing to make sure that when we spend these monies, we actually get the best value in terms of quality materials. And also the campaign that we are trying to launch within the next few weeks to ensure that we limit or completely eliminate overloading on the network. Bernard, if we spend all this money to build all the roads or rehabilitate them, and we allow overloading on the roads, the roads will not last. So we don't want it to be like a punitive measures. We want it to be a stakeholder driven. So we are going to launch a campaign to bring stakeholders, haulers, transporters, everybody on board to make sure when the core of the policy comes out, it can be implemented and everybody will abide to make sure that we reduce the unnecessary overloading on our road to prolong the lifespan of the roads as we expect it to be.
I think one of the biggest challenges with some of the stored road projects was the effect of the DDEP on a number of major roads. Are you able to tell us that that matter is no longer an issue, i.e. that new sources of funding or old sources of funding have been revived to finish the DDEP encumbered roads?
Yes, this is a very important question, and then I think there are many contractors, especially those doing the 10-key EPC contract, have been wishing to know. Yes, we are almost 100% through the debt restructuring. So almost all those projects that stalled because of the debt restructuring are now being reactivated. So for instance, even the Sino-Hydro ones, include all the stalled projects like the interchange in Takrady and all those things are all resolved now. We are in the final stage. In fact, if the contractors want to go back to site today, they can do that. If you see the Ashama runabout towards Atimpoku, that issue has fully been resolved. The contractor has even started drawing down. The Domi Kitasi situation has been resolved, though the scope has been increased, and government of Ghana has committed to pay for the extra scope through GOG sources. That contractor is also on site. I want to take the opportunity. I hear some members of the community complaining that the contractor is not working as quickly as they should be. Where the stage at which the contractor, First Car, is now, they need to haulage a lot of material, treat them for the laying of the 040. So they need more time to haulage, treat, before they start laying, because when they start laying, they cannot stop. So the contractor actually did not stop work. It's a different phase, which means that they are not digging the road as people expect to see, but they are doing haulaging and the procurement, and then when they come back, you see the work will progress quickly. The same applies to the motorway towards Central University, which has been a very terrible situation. Fortunately, the First Car is working on the tranche 2 on that one, and he promised that within the next few weeks, you will see that the pace of the work would improve. So across the country, all those tall projects under the loan agreement and other things are being revived. The Kumasi Swami interchange, those commercial ones, we don't intend to go back. What we have done is to capture the cost to complete under the president's Big Push project, and then pay the arrears owed to the contractor as well, so that they can all go back to work. So yes, the answer is that we have a solution to all those toll projects.
Wonderful. Usually when a major road project is being done, one of the things communities complain about is the inconvenience of the road construction. And usually the best practice is to have alternative routes. So for example, Accra-Tema motorway is being done. The beach road should be the alternative. I admit that large portions of the beach road have been done, but let's assume I live in Dansoman and I want to get to Tema. There are still portions of the beach road around La that have not been finished, parts of Nungwa that have not been finished. Do you not think we should prioritize making the whole beach road motorable fully, in addition to then building the Tema motorway? Because the construction inconveniences people and causes traffic. So if we want to go to Tema and don't want to use the motorway, the full beach road should be done. But there are many portions that have still not been finished.
Yes, I agree with you, and then I sympathize with all of us, because I'm also a motorist. I use that road all the time, and I know that the increased pace of work on the motorway significantly impedes traffic, especially during the rush hours, and I see it happening all the time. Unfortunately, we don't have an alternative to what the contractor is doing. We needed to do so. He does do a bit of diversions, temporary diversions and other things, but we just need to pray that the public bear with us. It will not be something forever. But the significant one you mentioned was from the how do you call it, Independence Square through Teshi, Nungwa, how do you call it, Junction Mall back to Tema, which is supposed to be an alternative route to Tema. Unfortunately, that project should have been completed long before now, but it also fell victim to the debt restructuring. It was part of the loan originally from President Mills's, if you remember, 3 billion China Development Bank loan. We couldn't complete it. The previous government came, restarted it. Unfortunately, we fell into this debt situation. It is all being resolved now under the what I mentioned earlier. But in the interval, what we have decided to do is to, within our own strength, begin to complete portions that appear to be the worst portion. The Teshi Bridge, how do you call it? There's another part of the bridge when you get to Melcom at Teshi that needed to be completed. The Junction Mall itself, the interchange that was abandoned by the help of Oswald, we've been able to do a lane that you can go from Accra side into Tema, towards the Junction Mall. So we are incrementally improving it, but I agree with you. If it were to be fully completed, it would have been an easy alternative to the motorway. But unfortunately, they all appear to be works in progress. So yes, it's a challenge. I can only appeal and apologize to the public and please that give us a bit of time. It will all be resolved.
Yeah.
What was the problem in the past was that when nothing was being done, now you can see that something is being done, and it's our responsibility to make sure we expedite work to make sure that the frustration and the pain of the people does not last forever, and we are determined to do that.
Great, because I noticed that the Peshi Bridge had been done, the Labadi Beach Hotel Road towards that area had been done, but then when you come back into going towards Osu, there are portions which, like where the former General Hospital is, which have not been finished, and it doesn't seem like that requires so much money. It's almost like it's less than a kilometer. So I wonder why that has been left, and it causes a serious bottleneck sometimes. Is it that there's no money to do it, or you want the contractor to do it? You don't want to take over. You can't let somebody else do it.
No. In fact, the contractor is capable. The same contractor that completed that section of the Peshi Bridge and then the front of the Labadi Beach Hotel. In fact, they were supposed to move on to the next phase, the next place you are talking about. Truth be told, we owe that contractor a lot of money prior to the election. Unfortunately, because it's part of the CDD loan, it's not as simple as government of Ghana deciding to take the project over, especially when the contractor is capable. It's being resolved. So what we have done is that, fortunately, the contractor have done some GOG funded works. So we are basically trying to get those certificates cleared so that they can have some liquidity to get those works done. So I wouldn't blame the contractor at this stage because they are doing their best. And the section you mentioned, which is in front of the La General Hospital coming from the Ring Road, T-Junction, I think that is also going to be resolved. They are on site, but the pace is slow. That is the reality. And we're going to help them to increase the pace and get that section also completed.
Let me do a few specific ones before I let you go. The city of Tema has a major issue. The 7-kilometer stretch from Valco roundabout to Boom via Tor is in a bad state. Now, my challenge is that Tor has started producing oil again. That whole area is a strong industrial area. You should have first-class roads there, but the roads there are so bad. Is it within the scope of the port to fix it? Is it the assembly? Who's in charge of this Valco roundabout to Boom via the Tor road? Who's in charge?
Well, Bernard, it's a public road, and public road means that it's the responsibility of government. But fortunately, in the course of last year, I had an interaction with a number of stakeholders, that's the manufacturers and other things in the area. And we have come to an agreement to do an assessment of all the road network within that enclave, including the 7 kilometer you were talking about, right from Valco and about going towards Pone and all those things. Urban Road is concluding on that. In fact, some of the stakeholders, the manufacturers actually proposed that they don't mind sharing the cost with the state. But then when they ask the question, how much is it? Because that cost was not available, we couldn't just say to them, this is it. But Bernard, if I look at this, the caliber of industries along that stretch, I believe if we want to share the cost, we can get that done quickly at less pain to everybody. The government pays some, maybe Valco pays some, San Cento. I mean, the list is long. Nestle, everybody is there. And they have never said they don't want to participate. So we are trying to do something which will make sure that we get that completed within the cost of the year as well. So yes, it is a very terrible road. The transporters, everybody complain about it. But looking at the caliber of investors in that area, I give an example. We take taxi from Newmont, but this year alone, last year alone, Newmont is committing almost $100 million, apart from the taxes and everything they pay, to improve some major roads in the country. And I was encouraging these investors in the industrial area that, yes, you paid your tax and other thing, but to say that pay $5 million extra for us to do a first-class road in front of your industry and other thing will not be too much to ask, because others are doing it, and many of them agree with me. So we are working towards that as well. It's not, in fact, the road right from the port all the way back to the motorway itself, it needed to be improved. But the only thing is that we are also about starting the road from the MPS section, that's the Meridian Port section, on the hospital road back to the motorway, which is an alternative also we are working on currently with GPHA and MPS.
A lot of roads don't have road markings, and some roads in dark areas don't even have reflectors. Is it a priority to you? If it is, what is your assurance that you are going to make sure that these roads, beyond putting bitumen and making them motorable, are actually well demarcated and well marked so that people will not be running into each other and driving at night doesn't become that hazardous?
Yes, it's a number one priority for us to build roads and maintain them to ensure public safety. Indeed, when we improve roads, we expect that it should improve safety. So it is 100% priority of the ministry to make sure these things you're talking about are there. For instance, if you take the road between Independence Square running through Teshi, Nungwa, you realize that because the road is under construction and we've done expansion, some of the traffic lights are no longer working because the cabling and other things have been affected. what is the solution? We could put in temporary traffic lights, but then they needed to dig different routes of cabling and other things. But I think the best thing to do is to work with MTTD temporarily to help us whilst we speed up the work so that we install the designed traffic lights at those intersections that will last and will create a safety situation. But generally across the country, I agree with you that there were situations where some traffic lights were broken down, other things. But sometimes, Bernard, it is not because we haven't done the work. Not too long ago, you noticed that the interchange, the end of the interchange that was done by the Japanese, I think commission not too long ago. The traffic light went off and then the public were taking videos and complaining. Bernard, do you know what happened? Some unpatriotic citizens of our country went and removed the cable, the underground cable, connecting the traffic light. So it was not because it was broken, but because somebody went and vandalized and stole the cables. It took some time for us to trace that, and then now the cables have been laid at an additional cost. We have tried to actually close up the gaps where the people can go and then steal these cables. But sometimes it's not simply because we are not investing or we are not improving them. Sometimes we need the cooperation of the public to understand that those members of the public who do these things are not helping any of us. So sometimes we do this. Sometimes it's also that because they've overstayed, they have lasted longer than they should be, and we constantly put aside money through the road maintenance trust fund to rehabilitate some of them. And the truth is that many of these maintenance contractors were owed part of what we call the almost 10 billion owed under the road maintenance trust fund, were all monies owed contractors who have done work and have not been paid, so they stop working. We are paying all of them gradually so that they can come back and make improvement to these intersections, including the road line marking, the traffic lighting, and everything.
Now, are road tolls under your purview or under the Transport Minister's purview?
The road toll is a factor, under the purview of the highways, but now being reintroduced to be generally on all public roads. I am looking forward to a completion of that procurement process this month, and then the would-be operator will be selected, and then the public education will start on what we intend to do. And what we intend to do is that all public roads that have been engineered, that have been improved, will have a certain level of tolling on them so that we can raise revenue to complete some of the ongoing projects and also to maintain the roads. But we interface with Ministry of Transport. How do Ministry of Transport, Ministry of the Interior, because of the enforcement of the law. So, for instance, when we say we are introducing a new road toll where we don't need physical toll booths, in any case, the ECOWAS leaders' recommendation is that across the region, road tolling should now be rolled out on digital platform, no impediment in terms of physical toll booths. So we are actually ahead of that schedule. So we are working with the Ministry of Transport, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Communication and others to make sure we have this rolled out appropriately.
Okay, so are you able to tell us timelines? So the procurement process is ongoing. We are in January. If everything goes well, by what date will the road toll system be fully running?
I am aware that the stage at which they are is the bidders and the ministry are working together on a particular data which determines exactly the vehicular traffic volumes across the public road network. That has been happening for the past 1 month. I am aware that ends this month. That is why I said that by the end of this month, we think there's a resolution to that because they've gone through 2 stages of the bidding process already. I will be able to come back to you in the course of next 2 weeks to tell you exactly when the overall program and procurement program would end and when a would-be operator will be selected.
There's an interesting question from Cyril, a regular listener. He says, Bernard, can you ask the minister what their plans are to fix seemingly minor potholes on major roads like the Ring Road that eventually become major potholes and cause so much traffic? For example, the Weija-Kaneshie Road is a big example of potholes that went unchecked and have now become a major hazard on that stretch. Good morning.
Yes, I agree with the caller. If you notice, just before Christmas, I personally witnessed something. When you're coming from Kwame Circle, then you come over Bishop Lamte, the new interchange, heading towards Kolebu. And there's this traffic light at the Zungu Junction, terrible. And I saw an ambulance rushing to Kolebu, and then, they have to stop because of that bad section. And we committed that we will fix that before Christmas. It has been done. The next one is exactly where my brother talked about. Originally, the interchange I mentioned, the Obesity Lamp interchange, running right by the side of the Kaneshie Market and other, is supposed to go all the way past that traffic light so that we can actually separate the congestion along the Kaneshie area. Unfortunately, that is not what we've done. So, for you to approach the interchange, you will still be stuck in traffic because of the trotros parking by the side there. It's made worse when the ground condition at that traffic light and the one beyond those places are very bad. So, once the contractor has finished this, we are moving in to try to fix the few ones that he's talking about. But that road capacity is no longer fit for purpose. Something is being thought about, but it all depends on how much revenue or resources we can have. But with the issue about the portals and other things, Urban Road is working on it, and we will address them one after the other. We are actually addressing many of these things on daily basis, and I'm sure this one also shall be resolved.
Because there's an everlasting pothole at Dansoman Junction known as Hansonic. That pothole has been there for almost 15 years, and it causes so much traffic, and I don't know why. I don't know. It's almost like they don't know what to do about it. It's a massive pothole.
It's a
Hansonic Junction. Yes.
Traffic light.
There's a massive pothole there.
Okay.
And it's always there. You should ask the Dansoma people. Let me do two more points before you go. Here's a comment from a listener on the Kaswa-Winneba Road. He says, good morning. The minister should tell the contractor on the Kaswa-Winneba Road to water the road. The dust is too much, especially from Gomwa Akoti towards Winneba. The dust is so much that we are getting respiratory issues. I don't know if this has come to your attention, the fact that when a road is being done, it generates a lot of dust, and whether watering of the road is part of the contractor's remit. Is this something they are enjoying to do, or do they do it out of goodwill?
No, it is all priced into the contract and paid for. I must say that the contractor has done a lot of work already. They are asphalting some of the sections. I suspect what the person is talking about is part of the slip roads that are left to be done. But despite that, once it is being done, we expect that there will be water bowsers on the road anytime they are working and it generates dust. They're supposed to water the ground to hold the dust down. So we'll bring this to the attention of the contractor. I know the contractor has done a lot of work, and we are almost in the final stages where they are laying asphalt so that we can complete that section. It's the same contractor that is moving and doing the Winneba runabout being changed into an interchange currently, and then moving from Winneba to Mankesim. You realize that the way we are doing from Winneba to Mankesim is different. We are leaving the existing road and then actually building the new road by the side without tampering with the existing road. And when we finish the new side, we switch the traffic before we touch the new road, which is an improvement on over what we did from Kaswa to Winneba. So we have learned our lessons in terms of doing things better, and you will see that from Winneba to Mankesim will be done completely different.
Here's a follow-up to your comment on the Tor Valco Road. This listener is called Winifred from Tema. He says the companies in the industrial area have always wanted to fix the roads in that enclave. The challenge, however, has been that the government wants the companies to give the money directly to them, while the companies insist on paying the contractors directly and overseeing the project together with government oversight. They are concerned that government workers may, quote, tear chobo, unquote, if the money is handed over directly. This is Winifred from Tema. I don't know if this has come to your attention.
Bernard, President Mahama's the government doesn't indulge in things like that. I've also heard comments that in the past these companies showed interest in supporting, but according to them, some people wanted the money transferred to the chest of government and used. No, we don't need to do that. All we need to do is currently to agree on the scope of works. Where is the road? In fact, we are not only talking about the Bakun and about towards Bone. That is not what we are talking about. With the road that networks to the factories of the stakeholders, we want to work on all that, show them the design and the costing, and then discuss how to pay. We can even share in the procurement of which competent contractors can do this, and surely they don't need to transfer any money to us. We can work, provide technical services in terms of supervision, and they can decide to pay the contractors directly. So let them be assured that Ministry of Road and Highways or Urban Road is not interested in taking money from any entity to put in our coffers before we pay contractors. You can pay them directly. Indeed, I give a very good example of Newmont. Newmont doesn't, have to suffer when they can pay contractors directly, and they do pay contractors directly. We can adopt the same method so that the stakeholders feel assured that their money is going directly to fix the problems that they want to fix. So I can assure them that is what will happen.
Let me now ask you about some big road projects for your comment. Tony from the Eastern Corridor says, ask the minister about the Nkwantak-Pasa Road. It's 30 kilometers and is the west part of the Eastern Corridor stretch. This is Tony texting from Pasa. Is this true that the Nkwantak-Pasa is the west of the Eastern Corridor? And do you know if it's been given in contract or awarded to anybody and progress of work on that road?
Yes, Bernard. The shortest route between Greater Accra to, assuming you are going to Tamale, would have been through the Eastern Corridor. In fact, even at the current state, you are more likely to get to Tamale if you were to use the Eastern Corridor than if you were to use the in a very, very terrible state over the period. And but the contractors are back on site. The contractors are back on site and are working. If you were to go through the section you're talking about now, China Jiangxi is on site and they are working. And it's part of the Big Push project currently. So it's not the same. It has improved greatly and the contractor is actively on site working towards completion.
Very good. Bernard, please ask the minister why there is zero work on the interchanges between Citi Brothers and Central University.
Citi Brothers and Central University. Yes. Yes, that one, we call it tranche 1 of the road between the motorway to Central University by a British company called BHM. Unfortunately, they all fell victim to the debt restructuring and the work stalled. So yes, when you get to the Bone Barrier, you will realize that there's an uncompleted interchange project there. When you go further down towards the Custom Barrier, there you will see another one. All these form part of the tranche 1 under BHM. And once the debt situation has been resolved now, I am expecting BHM, and I'm using this platform also to encourage them. You have absolutely no reason to be off-site. The issue of the debt has been resolved. Many contractors are back on site. What First Car is doing is tranche 2. That is the main carriageway and the relocation. In fact, we have taken over the relocation of the services which used to be part of the excuses of BHM into First Car's contract now, and they are working on it. So we expect that BHM will be back on site and actively working alongside the first guy to make sure the whole corridor is completed.
Another one, and I really want to thank you for talking to us on short notice, because when we mention roads, everybody is interested. Amos from the Eastern region says he traveled from Koforidia to Atuabo and it took him 11 hours. And he says the reason was that the Takoradi to Agona stretch was particularly bad. Again, what is your comment on Takoradi to Agona, and what is your assurance that it will be finished within the allotted time?
Well, Takoradi to Agona Junction is actually under construction. You remember the few weeks ago, myself and President Mahama went for an inspection on Takoradi to Agona Junction, where that project is being done by Josmo, and it was awarded before we came. But the contractor worked and not a penny was paid. And President Mahama directed that all monies owed that contractor, about $78 million, be paid, and that money has been paid. So today, if you go to that section from Takoradi to Agona Junction, how do you call it? Work is being done, but I don't know the exact section he's talking about, because this particular one is being done.
Based on your briefing, it's being done. Okay.
Those sections.
All right, maybe then it's not finished, and sometimes the road construction and rush hour Christmas could have caused the traffic. I want to go back to the point I raised about road markings. A listener says that he didn't really get your answer specifically on what plans you have for road markings. It looked like you spoke more about traffic lights. I think the question was about prioritizing road markings and also road reflectors, because we cannot have all our roads have street lights. So to ensure road safety, the road must be properly marked, or it must have a reflector so that people will know where they are going. That seems to be a major issue in our country. Street lights are not necessarily your remit. The assemblies are to do street lights, but road markings and road reflectors are within your remit. So my question is, do you have, for example, an estimated percentage of how many of our roads have been properly marked? What percentage have not been marked? How much it will cost to mark them? What timeline you are giving yourself, so that within the administration's next 3 years, you are going to make sure that all roads are properly marked? I think that's the question.
Okay, so let's start it this way. More than half of the road network in our country is not properly tarred in a good condition to be marked. So, for instance, you can't mark a rough road. You can't mark a road which has got huge potholes on it. Your priority will be to fix the potholes first, and then when the surface is fit for purpose, then you put road line marking. We call it road furniture. What I'm saying is that, indeed, we are every year we make an allocation based on how much we have to do maintenance work. The maintenance works will include the pothole patching, put back the broken traffic light, and then the road line marking and reflectors and everything. We do that, but what I hear him saying is maybe it is not enough, and I agree with him, because anytime you see us budget, what we budget for and what we actually get the appropriation, there's a vast difference between that. But we continue to improve it. And what you see is that since we are doing a lot more of improvement on these major roads, once they are done, it is automatic that the road line marking, the reflectors, the traffic light will automatically be improved on those sections. But apart from that, those sections that are just that the road line marking is fading, the reflectors are fading, are part of maintenance things that many of the time highways and urban roads carry out, and we continue to do that. We will improve on them, as we said. In fact, you just give me an example of a pothole that is 15 years old, and it means it's almost older than my daughter. And I said that once we get these things, we appreciate the feedback from the public. I keep saying they are not problems to me. They are not problems to us. They are good feedbacks, because I couldn't see every part of the country at the same time. but members of the public can give me very good information. So as long as we get this positive feedback, we act on them and minimum.
Let me go back to Eastern Corridor. You mentioned that in Kwanta to Pasa was being done by a contractor. What about Hokwe to Central Kofi? Is it the same contractor? Because I know it's still on the Eastern Corridor, or is it a different contractor? And what is the update on Hokwe to Central Kofi Road?
Okay, so the west sections of the Eastern Corridor currently would be the Ave to Hokwe, and then Hokwe before you get to Jessica, and then the Pasa ongoing, as we talked about. Okay, first I have done some work all the way up to Have. I think it's complete. From Have to Hokwe used to be at Cocoa Road, and which have been abandoned. We've now taken over that as part of Big Push by Greenhouse Limited. Greenhouse is supposed to be working on that towards Hokwe and through Hokwe. And after Hokwe, then we have Rolida, which is that section was also originally part of Cocoa Road, which was abandoned. It's now part of Big Push. All the contracts have been innovated and effective. So you will see more of those projects becoming active in terms of construction from maybe next week going, when the contractors know that the Christmas, everything is over there, supposed to work. So from Hokwe towards Jessica, the section that is not yet complete is under Rolida, and they are very competent contractors, and they're going to get that fixed as well.
Is the Fufuso Solar Road part of the priorities for 2026?
Fufuso Solar Road, when we were doing salt cutting for the Techiman Solar to Wa Road, we also said we starting work from Fufuso towards the solar towards Fufuse. So because that's the one that will lead all the way back to Tamale. So yes, it's a priority project we are working on now.
But do you know who the contractor is and what the timelines are?
It's not part of what we done the salt cutting on, but it's been because we need to complete it. If you remember, that section of road was done in the past. Half of it, all the way to Damango and others, was done well, but other half was done by a contractor which did a very bad job, and the road totally failed. So we are trying to reconstruct it completely. So we are doing the design and everything so that one of the contractors on that corridor would move in and get it done.
All right. Just a quick feedback for you from somebody on Twitter. It says, Bernard, this person is he lives on the Anyirawasi to Ho stretch. He says the work is moving fast,
yes,
but they need to pay attention to safety. This is somebody tweeting at Ghana First. He says, ask the minister to prompt First Sky on safety concerns created as a result of their ongoing work on the Anyirawasi to Ho road. I actually use that road and I can confirm that work is going on. But this texter is saying that
yes,
they are not paying. I don't know whether he's talking about the night or the day. He says they are not paying attention to road safety. So you may want to keep an eye on that for me, if you can comment on that.
Yes, Bernard. As you know, I also use that road regularly, and anytime I'm using that road, I stop to interact with the contractors. Bernard, sometimes even just stopping, parking safely, because I know that is a construction site. We are trying to improve an existing road. I would just encourage motorists that the speed at which you drive from Ho to Accra before the commencement of this project, we should just have at the back of our minds that we cannot drive at the same speed because it's now a construction site. So the haste to think that you can drive through a construction site at the same speed must be revised. The contractors are doing their best. I agree that they need to improve on the. In fact, one of them I just told that I want to see your health and safety manager on site, and he told me he was working within another section. So by all means, the contractors will improve on the health and safety on the site. But I think that Another thing we need to do also is to encourage the motorists, the public using the road, to also know that as long as for the next 2 years that is a construction site, we must drive in a much more safer way, i.e. slower than necessary when we are going through those sections that the contractors are working. Together, we can make the road safe even within the period of construction.
Let me end with Accra Kumasi Road. On Thursday and Wednesday, it was terrible. You know, there's a very big church at Joaso, Philadelphia Church, and they held 2-day program. Somebody left Kumasi at 6:30 a.m. and as of 6:20 p.m., they had not reached Accra. They were at Apejwa. In fact, by 10:30, they were at Joaso. Joaso is in the Asante Akim area, which is near Konongo. So the question is, again, of course, it's a single carriage lane, right? This part of the road that causes the traffic is a single lane part, which is close to a town. Shouldn't we finish the dualization immediately? Because even the bypass, because I think there was a Konongo bypass, right? If the bypass had been done and the road dualized, I think that 12-hour traffic would not have had such a bad effect. What is your comment on that in view of your own plans to build the Accra Kumasi Expressway?
Well, okay, so you said for a certain 2 days that there's a program happening there, that the traffic was there. It is not the regular use of traffic. In fact, if you go to Palace Mall, the original Palace Mall, there's an alternative road to, the Spintex Road, which runs in front of a church. It's dualized.
Yeah.
But on the days that church is having a big program, you see that the road is closed down. It doesn't mean that the road doesn't have capacity. It is a one-off issue. I have said time and again that the completion of the dualization of the original Accra Kumasi road is on course. It will be completed. But it doesn't mean that if it's completed, when this church program takes place in the same way, it will not impede the traffic. What we need to do is to complete, but also to work with the church that in times like this, there will be a better management of the parking and people coming to the church within that 1 or 2 days so that we can limit the impact of that the activity on the road. That does not in any way question the Accra, the new Accra Kumasi Expressway. Bernard, like I said to you, ECOWAS heads of state have signed up to an agreement that all major roads should have an alternative, exactly to address the kind of thing you are talking about currently. And when you have the alternative, then you can actually toll the new ones at a different rate and provide an alternative. So yes, the existing Accra Kumasi road is going to be completed, and at the same time to provide an alternative. Maybe imagine if the new Accra Kumasi Expressway existed, nobody would have complained about this because you can just jump on the alternative and then leave the church in peace for them to do their program, the 2-day program. And when they are gone, there will not be any problem. So the two issues are going to be addressed, and they are being addressed, to be honest.
Are you able to give us updates on the 4 bypasses left? You know, we have the Konongo bypass, we have the Osino bypass, a Enyinam bypass, and the Enyiresi bypass. Are you able to tell us what percentage of those bypasses have been finished, both going and coming from Kumasi, and when they will be finished?
On average, if you put all of them together, they are over 60% complete. In fact, one of them is completed and handed over as we speak. The challenge, though, is that, Bernard, as I've said in the past, Bernard, as of the time we went for the 2024 election, all the contractors working on those roads have stopped work. Why? Because the way the contract was awarded, in few months after the award of the contract, the cost of the project jumped from 1.9 billion to almost 4 billion. Since that was not budgeted, the previous government also didn't budget for it. Now we are in office, we need to make sure we budget for it properly. Bernard, we need to now revise the cost and the scope to make sure that whatever money we allocate to it will be able to complete it. So it is not as if it's been abandoned. It is simply because we need to know exactly how much do we budget to make sure that we don't fall into the same problem of attempting it and failing. So there's no problem about completing it. We are just trying to make sure that we have the right design, the right cost to complete, and the right budget to make it happen.
I'll let you go now, even though there are many more questions. When you come into a studio for an interview later, we can push further. But I'd like to thank you for speaking to us on short notice. Minister for Roads, Honorable Governor Kwame Agboja, thank you. So that was the road minister speaking to us. I think your point you raised on Tema sort of provoked us to reach out to him, and he was happy to speak to us. So if I wasn't able to ask some of your questions as listeners on your roads, we didn't really... of course, if you listen to the show, you have to be ready all the time. So I didn't even mention, Kale, one of your favorite roads, Pantine, Abokobi, Old Ashoman.
I used that.
Oh my God.
I used Pantine, I used Abokobi. They are really bad. What I like about this particular minister is how hands-on he is. I mean, we just reached out to him and he mentioned these, and I like that. He asked that the media keeps an eye on some of the projects that are going on and citizens as well. And I think that it's important they also publish details of some of the contracts so we can have access to and track, and for citizens to also know the scope of the projects that are ongoing. For the projects that stalled, that we are saying that we are reconnecting or we are reviving them, let us get to know how much work has been done, what more is left to be done. I think it's important to give people that avenue to engage the government and even the media, so we can highlight those so they can do some work on. But if you're getting to the traffic light that is from Accra Girls towards 37, that part of the road is not a pothole. I don't know what it is. It's some landform that is very crazy. It's ripples and is available. You will see that at most of the traffic light intersections. It's very bad. If you don't know, it can run you into troubles. I think the maintenance part of our existing roads are very important, and also for the ongoing roads that we are working on, or the new ones. I don't know how user friendly they are in terms of vehicle. That's fine, but you can't take walks by most of our roads. As a pedestrian, it's very dangerous.
They don't contemplate the issue of walking.
The
or
drains are
runs.
open. There are no pavements on the side, on top of the street lights and the traffic lights that are often non-functional. I think it's important that the minister factors that into consideration, because if you have older citizens in your home, you want to take them out on a walk, you have babies, you can't just do that by our roadside, because it's not user friendly for pedestrians, for persons with disability and all of that.
Caleb, the minister said something I want your comment on. You know, he said he would need our help to track the projects and the contractors. It seems to me as if some of the things you are saying may even be within the scope of a project. But because we just want the road, nobody really checks to say this road was not built to design. I think we usually look about cost. So usually the audit is about, did they spend more money than not? But the issue of pedestrian walkways, road markings, and gutters and those type of things, I feel like they've never been part of mainstream media coverage.
Exactly.
Because we don't have information around the details of the contract.
We don't have the competence to also determine the quality. That's why we have the professional bodies.
You don't need to see, if you see a road contract and its specifications, you don't need to be an expert to know that the road required this. If it's not there, you should be able to question it.
That's true.
I think that we need to be more deliberate as media in covering the work of contractors. I think so, because I don't think contractors are accountable to us. Once they have the contract signed and the politicians are okay, they seem to do anything they want.
Yes, so it's a good point you make. Now we are drawing our attention to the usability of the roads that we are constructing. Now I was going into the quality and the longevity of the roads, and that's where I want to rope in the built environment professionals we have. I mean, over the time, I've seen them come together, coalesce around their various professions and have public engagements. We need them to also be running regular tests and tracking these roads that are ongoing, to be publishing, for example, so we get to know which contractors' road are standing the test of time, or some of the ongoing roads that they think that there are some quality some compromises that they want to raise attention to, that we can also pick it up and run with. I think working together with professional bodies and citizens, as always, will help the minister also know some of these roads and where it's going. I'm happy that the Dome-Ketase Road is finally going to get some new lease of life, and other roads that the minister talked about.
I think what we can keep doing is to put people like the minister and other duty bearers on their toes. I feel like sometimes the non-political actors also get a free pass, all right? Because I think it's been said that there are provisions made for public education by contractors. Every road project has supposed to have a spokesperson. If you are doing an Accra Cape Coast Road or whatever, there's a budget there for somebody to be engaging the public on alternative routes and all those things, and we don't see a lot of that in a country that is very media saturated. I don't think that's right enough. So we need to start calling out people who build roads for them to do the right thing. They can't hide under, we are just contractors, we are just engineers. No, it's not only the minister who should be answering questions on roads. There are lots of local radio stations. So for example, if you're a local radio station in the Winneba area, you should be able to host the contractors on a local discussion around that road. When are you going to do a road closure? What are you doing about the dust on the road? We need to do that. Otherwise, these guys will do anything they want, and we will not be able to hold them accountable.
Yes, I wasn't particularly happy when I was coming back into the capital city yesterday, especially because
from Eastern or from Central or Volta?
From the Volta side of the country. And the contractors basically abandoned the site because maybe they have gone on holidays because of the Christmas and the New Year.
Contractors are chopping Christmas.
Clearly unacceptable. And the dust all over. Nothing was done to ensure that they were watering the place to keep the dust down. I mean, I don't think that culture is correct. It is completely unacceptable, and we have got to build standards into how we do things in this country, because you don't go elsewhere, road contract being done, and then they've left it, dust, dealing with everybody on the road, and with all the other problems that we have talked about. Something has got to happen this year, and has got to be a mark of distinction.
Wonderful. Couple of quick comments. Talking about roads, Central University invites prospective applicants for their 25-26 admissions with programs including IT and engineering, business, econs, communication, architecture, design, planning, pharmacy, nursing, public health, law, social work, psychology. And we also have diploma programs, master programs, PhD programs. We have MPhil, MSc, MA, MBAs as well. WASI applicants are invited to try our program's eligibility checker on our website and assess the eligibility. Central University is raising virtuous and transformative leaders for our nation. Buy Diamond Cement. The highest quality is the 42.5 hour cement on the Ghanaian market. There's also the 32.5 hour cement available at a depot near you. If you want to buy our product, deal with the company directly. Call us on 0244313368. We have factories in Aflao, Buipe, and Takrady. And if you're craving for something exotic, get Piva. We have 5 distinct flavors: the cola, the orange, the cocktail, the grapefruit, and the tangy. Reach us on 0550-032-231. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we start day 1 of our Effective Living series. And my guest is Theodore Albright. What is he talking about today? Why New Year resolutions don't work, basically. Why New Year resolutions don't work, and why you have to, and what you need to do about it. Right? Why New Year resolutions don't work, and what you need to do about it. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Looking for a university that truly sets you apart? Academic Citi University Accra offers world-class undergraduate degree programs in engineering, business, informatics, and communication arts. And that's not all. Now introducing master's degrees designed to equip you with industry-relevant skills and global leadership capabilities. Study on a modern campus, learn from international faculty, and gain hands-on experience that sets you apart in today's job market. With over 15 student ventures launched and graduates thriving in top roles across Ghana and abroad, Academic Citi University is where future-ready leaders are made. Call now 0262-693-870. That's 0262-693-870. Academic Citi University, educating future-ready leaders.
Sigma, ooh, ooh.
conditioners, fridges, freezers, TVs, and washing machines to small appliances, Sigma has them all. And now, beginning January 2026, for every Sigma appliance you purchase, we will be donating towards bettering technical vocation education training in Ghana. Visit Platinum Impex on Sprinters Road behind Okadeco for wholesale. Or find Sigma products at your nearest home appliance shop. Call 0302-801-555 or WhatsApp 0554-666-444 or visit platinumimpex.net. Sigma Appliances. Create possibilities.
Across the continent, the family meets once again. From Ivory Coast to Tanzania, Nigeria to Angola, everyone's got something to say. Until someone says that maybe it was only Ivory Coast's luck the last time. From 21 December to 18 January, everybody gathers for Africa's biggest football tournament. 24 countries, 52 games. It's the Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2025. Join our family meeting live on SuperSport, available on DSTV and GoTV.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
New year, new goals, new beginnings. Admissions are now open for our January intake at Lancaster University, Ghana. Experience world-class learning, vibrant campus life, and a global community, all in Ghana. For more information, contact us at +233 030 211 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Start your journey with Lancaster University, Ghana. Apply today and shape the future you've been dreaming of.
Hey! Menasini Ella! The thrill is back! The hunt for the ultimate treasure returns with Camel Antiseptic Liquid. Buy any bottle, scratch the panel, and text the code to 1393. Buy more, find all 5 Camel letters, and be the winner of the 100,000 Ghana Cedis grand prize, plus amazing rewards from airtime, weekly cash, and monthly shopping sprees. So, keep playing and keep winning, because Aseti Ankasa promo ends 15th February 2026. Terms and conditions apply. Keep out of reach of children. This promo is run in collaboration with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Everywhere.
97.3 City FM. It's 17 minutes past the hour of 9, and this is the Effective Living Series. It's brought to you by Petra Trust. And we're starting off with week 1, where we'll be essentially setting the scene for what's supposed to be a very effective year for you. Effective Living Series is our annual takeoff program that helps you strategize for an effective 2026. Now, week 1 is basically knowing where you want to go. Week 2 will focus on developing a plan to get there. And week 3 will be building capacity to get there. And week 4 will focus on taking charge and soaring. And my guest for day one will be looking at why New Year resolutions don't work and what to do about that. Theodore Albright is my guest. He's a life coach. Theodore, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me. Yeah.
People need to know who you are before they care about what you have to say. So tell me a bit more about yourself. What do you do?
Professionally, I'm a lawyer.
All right.
I've been practicing law for 30 years.
Wow, you don't look that old.
I am that old. And the area of law I practice is in private client, which is supporting family businesses and business families in the area of leadership, governance, strategy, mindset, and then law.
Wow.
We run a small consultancy, which is the Family Office Africa. I'm the managing consultant of that. And our basic theme is to help you grow your businesses and then assist you with intergenerational welfare. So we enhance your wealth across generations. That in a nutshell is who I am. What I do, I love leadership. And I love business strategy. And so having the opportunity to merge legal with strategy and governance and leadership has been a singular delight for me.
Wow.
And so I'm here today to share some of the bits that I share with my clients who are high value clients. And I hope that your esteemed clients will find what I have to say useful. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. And we have a very interesting topic for today. Why New Year resolutions don't work and what to do about it. You agree with this topic?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Okay, so how are you going to approach this today?
Well, there is a big problem. And I have to start off by saying language is very important.
All right.
How you frame and explain and define things are really important. And so at the beginning of the year, if you say, I want a New Year's resolution, let's break that apart. Let's deconstruct New Year resolution. Is it that you want a new year or you want a new you? If it is the new you want, then why don't you frame it as new you resolution? Okay? So we take away the year because the year is 365 days. And now we bring in a new you, and you are renewed what? Every morning. So a new you comes 365 days a year instead of a new resolution which comes once or twice a year. So the framing of the language is important. That's number one. And then what do you mean by resolution? You know, is it a goal? Is it a target? Is it an ambition? It's not founded on anything. So let us be careful how we use language. And in those two things, New Year and resolution, you have the problem. And the solutions are very simple. Very, very simple.
I see.
And we'll offload those solutions.
All right, I'm coming to just announce a couple of things. We are live this
Yes.
year. The effective this is live on radio, so you can send in your comments whilst my guest is sat here. He will be very happy to answer or engage. And then we're also streaming as well. So a couple of points to remember: not new year, but new you. And then we're moving from resolutions to outcomes.
Yeah.
All right. So you've sent me many slides. I'm just going to leave you to it. Just walk me through how to basically set goals and achieve them in a new you.
Okay. So all resolutions, we have to admit, are a quest for self-improvement, a journey to one's better self. And that is why we go on this journey to say New Year is an opportunity to reflect during the holiday season. Okay. But do you have to wait for the new year for a new or better you? And the answer is no. Okay. And so if you don't have to wait for the year, then perhaps why don't we do it on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis? So you can have a daily quest weekly quest, monthly quest, quarterly quest. And the reason I say that is because about 80% of New Year's resolutions would have been dumped by end of January.
Is this the hard fact?
This is fact.
80% of New Year's resolutions would have been done by end of January.
By the end of January. And less than 20% of New Year's resolutions will be achieved by end of December.
Oh, Lord.
Okay? So when you know that in 30 days, a significant number of people are going to dump, and in 365 days, less than 20% are going to be achieved, then you need to reconfigure the time. Okay? So not year, but you. You are with yourself every day rather than the year. So the emphasis should not be on the year, the emphasis should be on the you.
Good. So we no need to wait for a new year to improve. What are we missing? You're saying any resolution which is not hinged on identity, purpose, with clearly articulated steps, desired outcomes, and timelines is nothing more than a wish, empty and without foundation. Can you elaborate on this?
Yes, of course. When you look at the list of resolutions, I want a new relationship. I want to get into education. I want a new job, new car, new house, new husband, new wife. I want to be fitter. The list of
things
people want is endless. Lose weight, be healthier, save more, relationship, new job, give back, enjoy myself, create wealth, new skills, more spiritual, more education. Yes, all of those are nice wishes.
Okay.
But how do you ensure that they are structured on a foundation that allows you to move forward?
So what is that foundation?
And that foundation is, one, starting off with a life audit or an audit of your life.
All right.
Okay? And the audit is premised on 7 critical areas of our lives. And that's a metric I call the Albright Purpose Matrix. And the word is purpose, Purpose. So the P says, what are my goals around my physical and psychological well-being for my life? What is my utility in the universe? How do I create impact? What are my goals around my relationships?
Okay.
What are my goals around my property possessions, i.e. finance? What are my goals around my occupation options and opportunities?
Good.
What are my goals around my spiritual life? And what are my goals around my erudition or educational life?
I need to take this again. So you're saying start with a life audit.
Yes.
And you use the Albright Purpose Matrix.
Yes.
Square. P for physical and psychological.
Yes.
U for utility in the
universe.
R for relationships. P for property and possessions, money. O for occupation, opportunity, and what?
Options,
all finance related or work related.
Yeah.
S is spiritual, and E is erudition and education.
Okay.
This is innovative.
All right.
So when you do this audit, what questions do you ask yourself? How do you know where you are?
You just look at the audit and you ask yourself, how satisfied am I with my physical and psychological well-being on a scale of 1 to 10?
All right.
Okay. And you do that, you drop down all the way to education. Okay. Once you've done that, then you ask yourself, what are the important 3 aspects out of the Albright Purpose Matrix? Just 3 goals.
So the Albright is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
I should pick 3.
Just pick 3. And it's 7 for a reason, because it means that every single day you can spend 5 minutes just asking yourself, how satisfied am I physically? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you can arrange it however you like. You know, often people do the spiritual on the Sunday and the physical on a Saturday, etc., etc. So you do that. Then you choose 3 goals. And the reason why you limit it to 3, because anything beyond 3, you will not achieve.
You are sure of this?
Yes.
3 goals per area?
No, maximum 3 goals in totality out of the 7.
So I should choose 3. Purpose, utility, relationships, property and possessions, occupation, spirituality, and then erudition, education. I should choose 3.
For 2026, yes.
Wow. Physical, anyway, so you think of the 3 that's most important to you.
Most important to you. And, you know, when I take myself, my theme for 2026, and you must have a theme.
You have a theme for the year.
I have a theme for the year.
You are not a church.
No. My theme for 2026 is chasing my calling.
Chasing your calling.
That's my personal theme. Okay. And the 3 areas that I've selected are my spiritual life, my educational life, and my physical life.
I like this.
Okay. And the reason is very simple. If you take the spiritual, that connotes ethics. All right. And so that is where all the ethical grounding will come from. And if you take the ethics, it means my relational life will improve because it's coming from an ethical perspective. When I take my physical life, it means that I am fit and ready to go because the body is the engine which makes the money and does everything else. And then when I take my educational life or erudition, it means I upgrade my mind for better earnings. So even though these are just 3, they have impact
on the others.
And so that's why I've specific.
So for you, spiritual and physical and then educational.
For 2026, yes.
Those would be your 3 top priorities.
Yes. But all the while, you've got the other 4 sitting in the background. I agree that you must not let go of these. Okay? So you conduct your life audit. Then you also interrogate your last year, 2025.
Interrogate last year.
And ask yourself, so on these 7 areas, how well did I do or how not well did I do? Now,
self-audit.
You conduct a self-audit.
Shouldn't you be asking somebody to judge you?
You can do that.
Or you should do it yourself.
You can do that, but, you know, I think it's... So, Bernard, here, we're in the studio.
Yes.
This is my audit for 2025.
Should I look here or here?
You can look anywhere.
Reflection, investment, production, engagement. This sounds like ripe. And then you have themes: health, physical, friendship, finances, excellence. So for health and physical, you had blue.
Yeah.
Friendships, you had yellow.
Yeah.
Finance, you had blue.
Yeah.
So it's put red dots. It's put colored dots around each.
I have, yes.
What does the blue mean?
Okay, so I think in frameworks. So RIPE is a framework which I use, which means reflections, investment, production, and engagement. And the reflection is green, and the investment is blue, and the production is red, and the engagement is yellow. And let me just explain. So the reflections are peace, quiet, and green. So normally people who are green do a lot, are very reflective, and they're people-centered.
Yeah.
The blues are information demanding, so they want data. The reds are production people, task-oriented people, driving you, and the yellows are very creative people. So I have colored them in terms of the colors. But if I can just quickly take this 1 minute to show you something. When you look at Paul, Paul was very driving. Paul from the Bible was very driving. He was a red. When you look at Thomas, he says, unless I touch, I will not believe. He says, we don't know where you are going.
How can we know?
How can we know? So he's a blue because he's data driven. Okay, Barnabas was a green because he was son of encouragement. And Peter was a yellow because he will stand up and do before he thinks. Okay? Let us create a tabernacle for you for the 3. So those are personality types that we all exhibit.
But I noticed that for each of the theme, you rate yourself.
Yes.
And you have a number attached. So, for example, health and physical, which you have put there blue,
yes,
it is measurable.
Yes.
And then you rate yourself a 5.
Yes.
And then you write move, eat, and sleep.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So move, eat, and sleep are the basic components of all physical activity. Movement means exercise. Eat means what you eat and drink. And sleep is critical. If you're not getting your 6 to 7 to 8 hours, then you're not being refreshed and revitalized.
So then you assess yourself on your physical.
Yes.
And then you come up with what you want to do.
Indeed, that's correct. But I mean, this is fairly extensive. So,
wow.
And this is something I do in November every year, right? But coming back to the New Year's resolutions, these drive my resolutions for the next year. All right. Because we don't have a lot of time, you conduct your life audit.
Yeah.
Then you audit your year.
Audit your year.
What must I start? What must I stop? What must I sustain? And then you choose 3 or less of the 7 critical areas in the purpose matrix those become your goals for the year.
So let's go through this again. We're talking to Theodore Albright, and our guest is discussing why New Year's resolutions don't work and why and what you can do about them. He starts off by saying you don't need a new year, you need a new you, and that you don't need wishes, but you really need resolutions that work. And so he gives us what he calls the Albright Purpose Matrix. Everything starts with evaluation. So he says, do a life audit. That life audit, he suggests the PURPOSE framework. Purpose, right? And for him, P is physical, psychological, U, utility in the universe, R, reflection, relationships, forgive me. P, property and possessions, which is money. O, occupation, options, opportunity. S, spiritual. E, education, erudition. And he says, don't try and prioritize everything. So the key to life is priorities. So you have the top 3. His top 3 is physical, spiritual, and education or erudition. Now, those top 3, you then evaluate on the basis of how the previous year has been. Then he suggests another triad. So you like thinking in 3s. What do I start? What do I stop? And what's the third one?
Sustain.
What do I sustain? So for each, so for example, on health, what do I start? I need to start riding bicycle twice a week. What do I stop? I need to stop eating after 10 p.m. What do I need to sustain? I need to sustain playing table tennis, something like this on my physical.
And in fact, let me say this. For those of you who read the Bible, if you go into Exodus, you will see that there is an 80-20 principle in the 10 Commandments. There are 8 thou shalt not and only 2 thou shalt.
Okay.
So avoidance or subtraction is always better than addition.
Can you repeat that point?
Okay. In the Bible, when you look at the 10 Commandments, there are 8 thou shalt not
and 2 thou shalt.
And 2 thou shalt. Okay? It means that you must subtract thou shalt not before you add. All right. So with your resolutions, you should focus more on
what you stop
doing
than what you start.
Yes, than what you start, because when we start, we don't finish.
So it's better to stop bad things.
Yes,
because in stopping the bad thing, you are starting a new thing.
Thank you very much.
I like this. So what do you start is just 20%. What do you stop is 80%.
Yes.
What do you sustain is the things you start that you have to continue.
Yes.
So you take physical as an example. So as I sit here now, I suppose what do I even need to stop doing? I think I've already mentioned it. I eat too late. Even though it doesn't show on my body. I've been told I need to do a physical exam, so I've done a test, a medical exam. My doctor's going to speak to me, because a lot of people say when you are not big physically, you assume you are healthy.
That's correct.
So because I eat at any time, and I eat almost anything, and I'm told that's not good, so I need to stop this.
But you see, again, it's not when you eat. It's what you
eat. Okay.
Okay. So if you're having a salad at 10 o'clock, lettuce, And
bro, I eat whatever is laid in front of me. Sometimes I even do banku. So I don't have to stop.
Okay.
But you're saying it's about what you eat, not when you eat.
Yes, also.
All right, cool. So, but you also said something interesting. A lot of the threes are, like you said, your physical body, there are three things.
Yeah.
Movement, eating, and sleeping.
Yes.
So I like the triads. The triads is very interesting. So your top three of the 7.
Yeah.
What to start, what to stop, what to sustain.
Yes.
And then for each of the areas, there are 3 areas of emphasis. So for physical, there's an area of eating, movement, and sleep. I'll take a short break. This is very powerful. Now, the good news is that Theodore will come again one of these days. He's one of my guests I have for more than once on the program. And this is just day 1 of Effective Living Series. Send me your questions on our WhatsApp number, 053 998 6996. That's the WhatsApp number, 053 998 6996. Theodore Albright is a lawyer who is now, what are you?
I'm a management consultant.
Okay.
I'm a lawyer who loves leadership, governance, and strategy. And philosophy, theology, and
obviously, and money too.
And money too, yes.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Welcome to Valley View University, where academic excellence meets purpose. Admission is now opened. At Valley View University, we do more than educate. We shape character, nurture innovation, and empower you to thrive in the 21st century. Programs in business administration, nursing and midwifery, computer science and IT, theology, education, agriculture, which are more tailored to your needs. Our undergraduate and graduate programs are offered on weekends, weekdays, and a distance course to satisfy your mode of choice. Our campuses are located at Oibi in Accra, Kumasi in the Ashanti region, and Techiman in the Bono East region. Don't wait. Join us at Valley View University, where character meets competence. Apply today. Admissions are opened. You can apply now at www.vvu.edu.gh, or you can call us on 030-700-1567 or 030-7011-832.
Your skin deserves the best care possible. Introducing Princess Premium Lotion, crafted with vitamin B3 for all your skin types. Choose from our 4 luxurious variants: Radiant Skin with cocoa butter and vitamin E, Skin Revitalization, enriched with aloe vera and vitamin E, Healthy Glow featuring lemon and vitamin E, plus SPF 15 sun protection, and Skin Rejuvenation with carrot oil and vitamin A. Take care of the future you with Princess Premium Lotion. Princess Premium Lotion is your perfect choice. Available now for your everyday skincare needs. The GC brand, it's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
.3 City FM. This is the Effective Living Series, and we are starting off our program this month with a look at why New Year resolutions don't work and what to do about them. Don't forget, it's brought to you by Petra Trust. Week 1 focuses on knowing where you want to go, how to set goals and achieve them. My guest is Theodore Albright, a life coach. Fascinating thoughts coming in from him. I like the way you think. I didn't know that the 10 Commandments fulfill the 80-20 rule. I didn't know this. And I've read them many, many times, that 80% on what you should stop, 20% on what you should do. Yeah. And you think that's a clue as to how life works.
Yes, indeed.
That's amazing. What do you start, what do you stop, what do you sustain? And then top 3 of the 7. Don't forget, he gives us the Albright Purpose Matrix, which we use for our life audit. Physical and psychological. Utility in the universe, that's the U. Relationships is the R. Property possessions is the P. Occupation, options, and opportunities, the O. Spiritual is the S. Erudition and education being the E. You said a bit about your top 3,
yeah,
which is physical. Can you talk a bit about education and erudition in terms of if somebody wanted to evaluate their life in that area and also set goals around that area? Give me a framework to think about how to do that.
Okay, so all of us are leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And the first person we lead is ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have a definition for leadership, so I'm going to give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Leadership is a cognitive orientation and process whereby you seek to influence, inspire, and inform yourself and then others to think better, to do better, to be better for positive impact and positive outcomes. Let me repeat it.
That's long.
Leadership.
It's a cognitive
mindset.
All right.
And a process whereby you seek to influence. Influence is by values. Inspire is by vision. Inform is by value proposition of yourself.
Too deep.
And then others, so that they can think better, you can do better, and be better for positive impact and positive outcome. So all erudition should lead you to think better, to do better, to be better for positive impact and positive outcomes. All erudition should lead you to think better,
do better,
to do better, to be better for positive impact and positive outcomes. All erudition.
Wow.
All erudition.
Wow.
It means what you consume is critical in terms of information consumption. Really critical. Because our consumption becomes fuel for our thinking.
Nice.
All right. Our consumption becomes fuel for our thinking. And our thinking then drives beliefs, which drives behavior, which drives action, which drives destiny, which drives your impact, positive or otherwise.
Wonderful.
Okay. So here again, I say, what must I stop? What must I start? What must I sustain? What is it that I am consuming that I must stop? Okay? All right. So, 120 minutes on Instagram, just scrolling, looking at clothes, just scrolling. Asa.
It's not going to help you.
It's not going to help you.
Yeah.
All right. So, you need to identify what it is that you must put the brakes on.
Correct.
And stopping is almost always easier than starting.
You think so?
Yes.
Stopping is
almost always easier
than starting.
Because sometimes you don't even know what you want to start. Okay? But you know what you don't like. So you ask yourself, what don't I want? And then you extract or subtract those I do not want out of your life. Yes, you will fall down, but you see, it is easier to reckon with the falling down and starting again than the starting of a new thing. So subtraction is always easier
than addition.
I
like this.
Okay, so make it more about the subtraction as your base point for 2026. I sleep too late, so I will not sleep late. I drink too much sugar, so I'll reduce my sugar. And your framing is also important. Even if it's a positive and you frame it as a shall not, so I must do exercise, okay? Or
I must stop loafing.
I must stop loafing, okay? So stop loafing means you can do anything. All right, you can do anything. But one of the reasons why resolutions are flawed, and you really need to turn them into goals and name them as they are, is that often the resolutions are vague, generic, short-term, unclear, no structure, no system, no strategy, too aspirational, no tracking, no accountability, too emotional, no vision, no value, no coaching, no purpose, no why, not clear in terms of whether it's a means goal or an end goal or a learning goal.
Also, there are different kinds of goals.
Yes, please.
A means goal,
an end goal, and a learning goal.
Can you differentiate?
All right, okay. So, I want to be rich is an end goal. I am going to be a lawyer is a means goal. I am going to go to Makola is a learning goal.
Is it?
Yes. All goals must have attached to them learning goals, knowledge, insights, tools, expertise, skills. All goals. So right at the beginning, you ask yourself, what are the kites? KITES, you see, frameworks. What are the kites?
You like acronyms?
I do, because they help me remember. Fantastic. What are the kites I need, to fly? What knowledge do I need to achieve this?
So that's
goal?
the key.
That's the key. What insights do I need? What tools do I need? What expertise or experience do I need? And what skills do I need in order to achieve the goal? That's why you're limiting your goal to a very small cluster.
I see.
Because the work you have to do is immense, but the impact is by a factor of 100 or 1,000 x. Yes.
So I need to clarify my goal.
Yes.
And then have the kite plural.
Yes.
To achieve them.
Yes.
So I'm thinking how this works. So let's assume I want to. I don't want to stop. I want to start something.
Okay.
I want to read a book every week.
Super.
I want to start and finish a book every week. That's
Okay.
one of the things I want to do.
Okay. And is that an end goal or a means goal?
What's the difference? Explain. Because
Okay.
I'm doing that because I want to know more.
Okay.
Because the demands on me are more.
Okay. So the end is that you become erudite.
Yes.
Okay. So the means is that I will read more. Okay.
So, yes.
So the reading is a means. Sometimes the means can be an end in itself.
get it.
But the reading is a means to achieving your ultimate goal of becoming a polymath or a genius. All right.
So
Okay.
how does the kite apply here?
So what knowledge do I need in order to be able to read one book a week? What insights do I need?
All right.
What tools do I need? What experience and what skills? So knowledge, immediately you say, okay, what are the books I'm going to read?
I have a bunch on my bed.
Insights. The insights. How do people who read a book a week do it?
Some of them do audio.
Yes.
So my plan is, instead of just reading hardcover, for some of the books I'll find their audio or podcast versions to make the consumption easier.
It's fantastic.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. So the tools then are audio.
Yes. So
Video.
I need the audio of some of the books.
Yeah.
Or some video podcasts of the books.
Video, audio, PDF,
Correct.
and then hard copy.
Yes,
Okay.
I have some.
And so typically, when I have a hard copy book and I know that I can't read it on the go, I get an audio version of it. So I chop and change between the audio and the hard copy. That's the tool. Okay. In order to help me. And when you look at some of these books, 7 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, it means if you're on if you're going from Accra to Kumasi by road, by the time you get to Accra or Kumasi, you would have done 3/4 of a book just listening to it. Okay. If you're sleeping, podcasting, you're listening to that. If you're driving, you can be listening to that. In your quiet time, you can listen to that. Or schedule time for growth. All right? So
I can schedule time for this activity.
You can schedule time for your R, which is your reflection. And in your reflection or in your investment time, you take on that activity. My day is divided into 4 parts. Okay? I wake up at 4 o'clock. By 4:15, I'm sitting at my little seat with a cup of tea or coffee, and I'm conducting my reflections.
You are living the life.
I mean, there's a secret to all of this, but
wow.
I'll share
your cup of tea or coffee.
My cup of tea
on your balcony.
And I'm sitting there, and then I'm reflecting with my journal, and then I go to my Bible. Then I go to the books I need to read. If I find that it is getting boring, at any given point, I read 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books.
At a given point.
At any given point. At any given point. So the moment it gets boring, because there's a life cycle for attention span. So the moment it gets boring, then I switch.
So your interest is what drives it?
Yes, curiosity and interest.
Because for me, I'm motivated by completion. So I feel like I need to finish it. So I'm not doing cover to cover necessarily, but at least I need to finish a chapter. Because I want to glean, because I don't read because I'm as interested in knowledge. Reading is a utility for me.
Yeah.
So I must, for example, this morning, I read something you sent me last month on, you call it planets.
Planets, yeah. Product, location, product or service, location, awareness, network, experience, tasks, and strategy.
And systems.
And systems, I beg your pardon.
So I picked the systems.
Yeah.
So I read it. I was reading this morning.
Yeah.
After quiet time, and then I decided I'll use the S for business sense, which I did.
Yeah.
So because I'm a scavenger, I have so much. I'm on air and I'm all over the place. So when I read, I need to get something out of it. I don't read for the fun of it, unfortunately.
Nor do I. You see, I am an intellectual parasite.
Okay.
So, and I feed on people's brains.
All right.
And the privilege is that you get to engage with the eminent dead or the prominent living through their works. Okay. So when you come to my house, library, 4,000 plus books, hard copy books, plus, because I want new insights so that I can support my clients.
I like this. So you are an intellectual parasite.
I am, yes, an intellectual parasite.
New resolutions don't need to be resolutions. They have to be new you strategies, I think the word is.
Yeah.
And there are different frameworks for this. I'm going to read a few quick comments for you, and then I will try and wrap this up. We have just 5 minutes to go. This is Effective Living Series Day 1. Theodore Albright is our guest, and we are just starting off. Tomorrow, Michael Ohiniefa will be on the show, and he will be speaking more detailed about personal goal setting. That's Michael Ohiniefa, a good friend of mine. In fact, actually, there's no new year. It's just a change of date, and how we become so obsessed with it amazes me. Each day or week or month or year should be a resolution for every human. By the way, does your guest have a book or books? I want to read more of his philosophy. This is coming from David Tabfamba in Kibi or Chibi. Do you have a book?
Okay. One that I've written or one that I'm writing or one that I'm reading?
I think he's talking about what you've written. He wants more of your knowledge.
More of my knowledge. I have some social media handles. If you go onto YouTube, you'll find...
How will you be found on YouTube?
Theodore Albright.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Do you have YouTube videos?
I have some YouTube videos, yeah.
On some of these things?
Yes.
And
very much.
Albright is ALB?
BRIGHT.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hi, Akosia here. Where can we find this list and the visuals of the examples that were shared? So I think some of the things you said are very profound. People would like to... Do you have visuals of these frameworks?
Yes, indeed.
And they are on your YouTube or where?
They're not on my YouTube. They're on some of my publications, but I can make that freely available to.
By the way, these Albright
share
frameworks like planet, purpose. Do you get them from? How do you get these things?
It's divine inspiration.
I can imagine, because let's do the planets again.
Yeah.
By the way, what's the planet framework for?
Okay, the planet framework is for individuals and for businesses. So you ask yourself as an individual, am I providing value, i.e. either service or product? Okay?
That's the P?
That's the P.
Product.
Product or service. All right?
And then the L?
And the L is, am I in the right location?
Okay.
Leave your father's house and go somewhere. Am I in the right location? Location matters. Am I creating enough awareness?
That's the A.
That's
marketing.
The A. Yes. Am I networking enough?
That's the N.
That's the N. Do I have the expertise?
Okay, so it's like a business framework.
It is a business framework, but all strategies are personal as well as corporate.
So P for product or service, L for location, A for awareness, N for networking, E for expertise.
Yes.
N for what?
N for networking, E for expertise, T for tools or tasks, but normally tools. And then the S is for systems and strategies.
Wow.
Okay, and you can apply that. So you take Citi and you say, okay, are the people liking what we're doing? Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Are we in the right location? Could we be global? Yes, we could be.
Yeah.
Are we global? Are we creating enough awareness What's the awareness push?
We could do better.
Okay, we could do better. Are we networking enough?
We try.
Expertise. Do we have the expertise locally? Often the expertise is brilliant, but the problem is the awareness and the networking. Do we have the tools, and what are the systems and structures that we are using to drive all of this?
And this framework is for what? Is it a product development framework? Is it a success framework?
It is for growth, for personal growth, for organization, growth for department.
Charlie, this one, the flesh and blood did not reveal it to you. No. The good news is Theodore will come back next week, and we will be discussing how to develop a plan for your life, a life plan.
Yeah.
So today was basically why New Year's resolutions don't work. He was just teasing out ideas around new you resolutions and how to make them work.
Yeah.
Which is why we've been all over the place. But I feel it's a good start. Tomorrow I have Michael Ohiniefa on personal goal setting. Patrick Otiku coming on Wednesday on purpose. Mami Ekwa Gezi on time and self-management. And then every Friday I do a book review. So on Friday I'll be speaking to Taka Awori on her book on leadership in Africa. We'll just discuss the book. Every week I have a book review segment on the Friday just to give it. So we're really giving you enough to start your year in a way that's going to be measurable and impactful. So Theodore, thank you for talking to us. What's the easiest way to reach you?
LinkedIn.
At Theodore Albright.
Yeah, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn at Theodore Albright.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlie, you are powerful.
It's all the Lord's doing.
It is the Lord's doing. It's marvelous in our eyes. Amazing stuff. Shout out to Ebenezer Mankwa, aka Benny Manx. Good morning to you. He knows why I'm giving him shout outs. Ebenezer Amankwa. 10 o'clock, don't forget, Effective Living Series was brought to us by Petra Trust. Time for City News at 10. Samuel Akom is here with the details. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, boss. Hello and welcome to City News at 10. I am Samuel Akom. Coming up this morning, Ayawasu East Member of Parliament, Mahama